if I'm here for 10 more seconds, I might die on camera. So I'm glad that didn't happen, I suppose. All right, and now we do this. I'm in a staggeringly better mood today, so hopefully we can get some Vira work done. I want to start that. I'm excited, man. I want to start that tournament arc. So I'm hoping we can get it done today, and if not, I mean, I can go. I can go for a while. I got nothing to do tonight. We can just keep going if we're close. Let's see. Let me just do this. I hit the enter button too early. Wait. That. And not like this. You're supposed to hit shift enter. Why did they make those two things so close together, man? Wait. There we go. Much better. Moved this time. There, okay. For real, we got there. We got there. It took a second, but we did in fact got there. And then we put that over here, and then we are good to go. Hello, 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 hello. Hi. Hello, Brickathan. Hello, Brick Nation. Hello there. Hello. Big Wheel. What's going on, man? How you guys doing? I'm happy, man. I was a little pissed yesterday. Not at like the game or anything like that. Just, you know, general goings on in my life, and that is not the case today. So here's hoping we can lock in. We can do some Lumi setups. We can just, you know what, have a dang good time. You know? At the end of the day, it's not a video game. Is the point not to enjoy ourselves in this stupid Chungus universe? With our disgusting, is the point not to use this toy to brighten up our disgusting Chungus lives just a little bit? Perhaps. We shall see. You know, again, I still feel like I need to be using Lumi on this lady more consistently, right? Whether it's like in the corner, whether it's in neutral to force people to approach me or something like that, or maybe sneak something in or something. What's your Vira at crystal-wise? About 700 right now? What in the world, bro? This was our last match yesterday, wasn't it? This was, this is Mr. Brian Lagan, I think. He told me, he said, I'll get you next time. You know I got robbed. And I was like, okay, word. And then I did talk some shit about, like, don't you mean robbed? Weird way to spell outplayed. So I think he's going to be mad and kill me, but we will do our best. We will see. Nice low. I don't, right, if I block anything, it goes away. Real and true. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure, why not? It's kind of weird to make, like, it's hard to convince myself that I should ever go into install when I'm fighting Abel, because like he's basically dead. Like he dies so quick that it feels better to just not sometimes, but it does matter. It does matter. Foreplay's over. Been a brick since I can make it to a stream. Glad to be back. So true. I was rage queuing a while ago. I'm glad that isn't the case anymore. I'll tell you that. Okay. That is, you know, it's fine. It's unfortunate. I thought he would do something funny. Whoa, that was risky. You know, tried to brave counter the dive kick. I was a little late. It's fine. Happens. Ow, 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 ow. That's a lot of damage. I mean, I guess it was yeah, Raging Strike spot dodge, right? So it was just close H starter. Not counter hits, but otherwise about as good as it gets. Why is there so much lag? Ow, ow. Is that happening on your guys'? Is that happening on your guys' screen too? It's not rollback. I think it's is my computer exploding? It's like weirdly choppy. Not anymore. It was only post U flights. It was kind of weird. Ow. Sure. Not sure what that was. Maybe. My shit is fucked. Ooh, he didn't confirm that. Thank God. Bonk, bonk, bonk. You know what? Give me install again. About to go into a bracket. I figure I should probably cool off. Generally a good idea to not be so mad. If you're about to play some competitive fighting games. I did not respect soft knockdown BC, as is a common problem of mine. Don't tease me. Take that. Okay, sure. This is fine. Ah! You know what? I didn't spot dodge it at least, I suppose. It's something. Uh-oh. Ah, good games. Ah, yeah. I thought I could catch him doing something from full screen. I could not. I blick, hello. I'm learning Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. That's the... Was that a tag fighter? Is smoke coming out of your computer? Like a car in GTA right before it blows up? Maybe. It's possible. Ow, ow, ow. Sure. I live these. Okay. Honestly, for whiffing my command grab, I could be punished. That was supposed to be 6-6H. Ah, shit. Okay. Slight misclick. 3v3, it's actually pretty small. Like the game itself, you mean? Like the file size? Or... you're dead, right? Surely Abel is dead here. Yeah, he is. Right? Yeah, okay. Hooray for counter hit 6-6-8. Yeah, the size, so true. Battle for the Grid is hilarious. You're not supposed to spot dodge the U-packed thing? Which one? The answer will surprise you. It will vary, depending on what you skill or packed follow-up you're talking about.
Out of my sight.
Oh. Yep. Dashed a little too far. I was thinking of 6-6-Ling, and I swapped the idea to 6-6-M like halfway through. So it did not work out too well for the boy. Okay. Could have gotten a little more off of that, but we'll take it, I suppose. Oh, nice interrupt. Sure. Understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, nice interrupt. Okay, I didn't expect him to see it coming twice. I was, in fact, trying to be stealthy, and I am... Oh, I'm dead as hell for it. Yeah, he built super. Nice. I'm learning loops for all my mains. I heard that game's pretty fun. It's got, like, a lot of nonsense going on, which is a good thing. Well, depending, right? Depending on what you're looking for. But it's got enough nonsense going on that you can have some fun with it, if such is the goal. There you go. Actually, he's been kind of... Absolutely for crouching that, we can go after him, but I've been kind of bad about it, so I've been giving him too many opportunities to fuck with me. Oh, Jesus, also. Obby Dobby. Thanks for the prime, brother. Ow. I am in the other corner. Just didn't block that. Shit. He mashed on wake up. Somebody help. Oh, can't stop that. Not fast enough. I think I might be dead. Oh, man. That would have been quite something if it worked. Ah, nice job. Yep, just caught me out. 2 games. Hey, he got his revenge. He got his revenge. I wish Abel was real. It's true. What is it? Women are so hot. I wish they were good people. Abel is so cool. I wish he was a real character. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Not so bad. Though I definitely just, you know, got a little excited in some of those neutral situations. So what's that about being free gems? You know how it is. Dog was in my eyes. Son ain't my homework. You know you're still overall gem positive on meeting you. So I told you Brian would be mad, man. I was like, oh shit, it's crazy to run into him first thing after what happened yesterday. Lesbians are cool. I wish they were real. Was it evil and intimidating horse? It's him again. All right, let's see. There's less recovery on some of this stuff than I expected. I really thought I would have punished that with the 6XL. I guess I'm too ass. Oh, that's tough. Oh, again! That dive kick. Maybe I should have been using that dive kick more often when I was getting able to master. I'm consistently surprised by how little recovery that has. I keep thinking I can punish it in situations where I clearly can't. Okay.
Unacceptable.
Take it all in.
There's a lot of interrupting. Oh, that raw 214H is a nice little new addition. It is safe on block, right? So it's harder to deal with than I expect. Sure. Oh god, sure. At least we didn't get counter hit there. He went for the counter hit close H combo. Oh, so close. However, not close enough. You know, I don't know why I thought that would link. It doesn't. That's a slight problem with this idea. Hydrate, great. Great idea, Takeshi. Thank you, thank you. But I have 2 M'd there? Maybe. That first leap thing that he does? First leap. So not the packed fall. You're talking about the Rekka? Like the actual claws? Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm watching. You like that?
Okay. Been surprisingly effective up until now. Okay, again. I can kill you here, right? Just keep it simple? Yeah, yeah.
You win this round.
But what if I jumped? It worked! Holy shit! I can't believe it.
One more. Take it all in.
Okay. 6XL being the world's greatest anti-air again. Thank you, 6XL. Get thrown, common nerd. Huh? So spot dodge is fair. I have to block Abel with SSBA now, which is not my first choice. I think I'm punishable there, actually. I think I need to be a little bit more careful throwing you Lumi out like that. I think I am just straight punishable there quite often. Oh! If I had backdashed that, perhaps I could have killed him. Whoa, I was dead. Alright, thank God, but that's punishable. We are all united by 6XL, divided and united. The claws? Yeah, spot dodging it is generally not a good idea. All versions of it are minus, so you can just block it and then it's your turn. Most, like, for a lot of them, if you spot dodge that, you'll be in trouble. Abel can try to, like, sneak a turn off of them sometimes, but to do so, he needs to put himself at risk of getting 2H'd with the Stomp Pact follow-up.
Take it all in.
Yeah, so generally, I would not recommend, what's it called? I would not recommend spot dodging that, no. Talking about medium Scarlet Oath, too. This way to just steal back some space. Right? He's dead, right? Yeah, nice. Thank God for fighting Abel. We're 6XLing with this one. It's how it must be on Vira. That's how it must be. We're a rushdown character. Abel, Brian is playing a very zony Abel here, so what am I supposed to do? Not to get it? Oh, I did. You caught me right at the start of an attempt to backdash out of there. Thank you to you. Crushing his 6-frame 2M, right? Abel has that 6-frame 2M real quick, but it's got the same thing that Yule has going on, where it's, yeah, it's probably not throw that. The risk, especially when we're not an install, the risk score on that's quite poor, right? But it's fast, but it does have that problem where it has light flash level, so it'll get beaten by just any medium that it finds itself in the way of. Good stuff, good spacing. Vira's like a Shoto with her own thing. Yeah, I mean, we were talking yesterday about, like, what the fuck is a Shoto? Is Vira a Shoto? Some people said absolutely not. Some people said definitely yes. You know, the install's got a racist, though. Vira install is possibly a hate crime. It's true. I would say that's correct. I would say, on average, Vira install is, you know, I'm something of a hate crime myself. Nice. Yo, Vira got my Luminaria, rather. Got my back. If no one got me, I know Lumi got me. Oh, dude, he is good at stopping that command grab, though. He is not getting unchecked by that. I do have to hand it to Al-Qaeda on that one. Okay, sure. I may be in trouble. Oh, I may double be in trouble. Oh, that's, you know, it's quite the resource swing there that I certainly am not happy about. Why did I do that again? Oh, I'm alive. Holy shit. Undeserved, but I'm alive. I'm not in command grab rage here. We just block it. Yep. Ooh, damn. Bro, this happened yesterday, too. He doesn't use the buffer. I do. I can't react. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Brian was really, really good. We're 6XLing in this one. Also true, yes. Brian's really good at reacting to that command grab, man. I thought that that last one, I was like getting the quip ready when I hit him with it. Like, I thought that was a pretty, like, I thought that was a sneaky place to put a command grab, but how many times has Lumi griefed you so far? Honestly, I messed up the meme. Fuck. Hey, you know what? You got it two different ways on the 2 different sides. You know, you're trying out different, you're A/B testing. Lumi, I've kind of griefed Lumi. I need to be using Luminaria more. I feel like it's actually quite nice I never get hit by those? You kind of never get hit. It's kind of, it was pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. You kind of never get hit by those. Very impressive. Whoa, well, I'm being backdashed. That is minus. Light flip is, oh, well, light flip is plus if it meaties or stand blocks. Or if it meaties. So generally that'll happen if you crouch block it, or if it's, there are certain spacings where it can work out that way. But yeah, like that right there. See, I crouch blocked it there, so that was actually probably plus. Oh, she was in Kagura, right? No safe jumps. Real and true. That one's always plus. Medium is generally only plus if it crosses you up. Anyway, I guess this works. Whoa, that reached me, goddamn. Here I thought I was far enough. I did not use the guard button there. I'm not sure how that happened, but I guess I'm very thankful that it actually worked out somehow. Nice, nice. You gotta be playing like Char to even attempt me getting hit by that? Fair. I can't react in this game doing funny things. Yeah, but react, no. I mean, there is the secret, right, is that you actually don't necessarily, depending on what you're trying to, like, beat, you don't even have to react, right? If you're like, I never want to get hit by Vira command grab in particular, you can just, like, do a fuzzy match timing on your defense, right, and just do that. And if they don't command grab, you block, and if they do command grab, you die. But if there's lots of different things that might have different timings that they're doing, you might run into some trouble. But it's like, if you just don't want to get hit by the one thing, you can sort of figure that shit out and make it so, at the very least, you will never get me. Oh, close L, wait, what? I did close L, close H, and it lost to 5L. I must have put a gap in it accidentally. Because that is definitely not, you know, just correct on how the numbers work. Mason, I'm a fool. I keep holding that and not properly hit confirming it. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm fine, right? Oh my god, I'm actually fine? Dude, I got it. Someone's looking out for me. Oh, okay, yeah, but I just, like, don't get punished for things that I should get punished for, but someone's looking out for me, man. Now I'll throw it away, but where does command grab range end for his super? Oh, for Abel, it's, yeah, it's nothing. Like, you have to, it's smaller than universal throw range, if that helps you conceptualize it. Oh, I was trying to chase the backdash, but they actually set some. Interesting. What the? Okay, sure. Keep trying to jump, and they keep smacking me out for it. Valid, real, true. Other such statements. Acknowledgements, even. Yep. They are doing a lot of backdashing and jumping. Okay, so they do a lot of jumping to beat throw. They're not even teching. We can try. Is that? I want to think about that actually. Is that good or bad? I feel like that's more easily caught by something that isn't throw. Like that, I gotta think about that. Is it? If you want to beat throw in the corner, I feel like it's easier to get that caught than to get your delay tech caught, right? Hey Brick, happy to see you're out of Lucilius Hell. It's true. Me as well. I'm also happy to be out of Lucilius Hell. This game's fun, but I get bodied a lot. You know, that is just kind of what the genre be doing to you. You gotta find the fun within the body. I was getting bodied quite a lot. Just oh, very yesterday, in fact. Sure. Oh, that is not gonna anti-air that. My bad. This is a combo extender. Now, I could have done better. I could have done better with just 2-3 6U, but it's cool that it works as a combo extender like that. I think EX Darkane cancel only confirms if they're already airborne. Yes, correct. I meant to just do EX Darkane cancel if they blocked it, and straight if they didn't, because then I would have been plus enough. Or sorry, I would have gotten the wall bounce if I didn't cancel it. What the? I guess my far M was 9 frames from there. Surprised to see it lose, because I don't think Narmaya flip was plus at that range, but yeah, basically I just didn't hit confirm it. I canceled it regardless, as if they had blocked it when they hadn't. I thought I was gonna side swap there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, 2U doesn't reach if they do nothing. Yeah, far M will reach, but it'll be 9 frames. Well, I guess it'll be 8 if they stick something out, but yeah, Vira does not have like an amazing button to hit there. You got a bunch of good ones, but nothing that is just like one size fits all. Just do it regardless and don't think too hard. Bonk, bonk, bonk. But yeah, basically, like we were like here, and what I was trying to do was like, you know, if I didn't follow it up, I would have gotten a wall bounce if they got hits. But I did the cancel because I wanted to be plus if they blocked it. It's a hit confirming issue. What does Oda say? This is a reading comprehension issue. This is a combo starter in, yeah, in install. Is it even a mid-screen? You do a close L after this? You do! You don't say! I did not realize you got close L even mid-screen here in install. I guess presumably, this is not even if it's counter hit, right? This just always works. Oh, maybe it is only if it's counter hit. Hold up. I could be wrong. Yeah, okay. The actual initial launcher has to be the Darkane. I see. But in the corner, even if it's not, you still, yes, you do get that. Gotcha. That makes sense. I was like, that's actually quite nice if you can use that. Again, though, yeah, it not being the case, it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, install Vira has 17 different ways to extend her combos in the mid-screen, so it's fine. You could 5U, you could 2-3-6M if they're, you know, you could do any one of your 2U skills that combo extends as well. Lowlies are Haram, based, red pilled, etc. How the fuck do we fight Voss again? 2U, 2-1-4H is also a combo and install? Right, if they're airborne, it'll be a combo. Yeah. Do we, like, yeah, what do I do about him going purple? Do I, like, does my DP multi-hit? Actually, I'm not sure what to do about Vasaraga's Soul Forging. Because Lumi's a little too slow. Maybe you, Lumi? Well, not against that, but like theoretically against a boss that's like Soul Forging my way. But it feels like Vira is very much in the camp of do not let Vasaraga get his armor if possible. Because I think once he does, it gets very difficult for us to do anything about it. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Honestly, I guess just give me your Brave points. I probably should have gone for the corner carry here, but fight Voss 2-3-6U and 6-2-3H, break his armor. HDP? 2-3-6U, that's a great point, but like, oh, why did I throw? Ow. Just close L. Would have availed me there just fine. Oh, nice. I did try to super jump out. He was not having it. See, does her HDP have 3 hits? Or are you talking about like doing like a far M HDP or something? Oh my god, dude, my life, my eyes flashing, etc. You see fucking the Vasaraga charging up that 2H. I mean, Voss's anti-air damage is also just, it's ridiculous stuff, right? Why does that keep happening? I keep trying to mash post the held 2-3-6H, and I keep dying. Is it, again, I assume it just has significantly less recovery than I'm giving it credit for, so I'm actually just mashing way too late. I'm trying to like do it visually, like I don't have a timing for it. I lost to Voss far M trying to far L as well, so I was just like ridiculously late there, right? Haha, ha. Voss reversal, haha. Nice joke. Oh, I could have killed him there. I did a bad combo. We're running into only GM though, bro. I'm here for it. I'll get us to 1,000 gems significantly faster. 6-2-3H is 3 hits, really? I guess if he's close enough, I just let that shit rip. Get thrown, common nerds. Get thrown again, common nerds. Okay, now install Vira. We're just better than this guy, surely. Install Vira is just a stronger character than Vasaraga, so we're fine. I no longer have to worry about getting power gaps. This is a lot of damage. What do we start? What was the starter here? What the hell? I did not see that coming. That's my bad. Sure. Ah! Fool! Wait, hold up. Things would absolutely still go bad for us. I feel like I'm fucking a bullfighter, man. Ole! Sure. I'm a little worried about randomly getting sniped out by what have you. Thank you. It pushes him into me too, which is really nice of that Luminaria guy.
Is that all?
I don't feel comfy with this guy. He's got armor! Yeah. I feel very uncomfortable fighting. Like, I guess 2-3-6U is what I'm supposed to do, but you could have set up Lumi after 2-3-6H that last round. Is that what you're talking about when he was nearly dead? Like put him on ship, make our life a little easier. Ow. What the hell? Sure. What the? Wake up 5M! I mean, I was going for the throw! Yeah, I was going for the throw, so, you know, fair. It worked. Wake up 5M off my Brave count? He doesn't respect me at all. This is... Yeah, I gotcha. One of my problems is I really don't use Lumi nearly enough. Oh, I got spacing trapped! I didn't realize it did that. I thought it left you closer to Voss than that, honestly. Oh, he's got armor. What am I doing? Oh, yep. Yep. I don't know. I still don't feel very confident at all in fighting this guy when he's got armor. It doesn't feel like, if you know, I wish, this really is one of those times where you just wish Vira had an EX Fireball. For certain. And for sure. Oh, that doesn't combo? That's horrible. There you go. Actually, I guess I just have to match a lot faster there. Make sure I can enforce my plus rings. You know, yeah, well done. I really thought I would catch him doing something there. This is the Gold Lewis character? Basically. Do. Not bad. Yeah, I'm still not super, confident in, like, I never found, like, an idea when Voss had armor. Like, I understand that, like, the DP literally is 3 hits, but doesn't really, I mean, if Voss is, like, over here, right? This is where having an EX Fireball is really, really nice, right? Like, if Voss just stands, like, Voss can't really stance up in neutral if he's just there, because he just, boop, right? And it breaks it. At least it's significant. He has to be a little trickier with it, right? Vira 214U calls upon every Vira player. It's nice. It is. I mean, it's a 15 frame full screen combo starter, you know? Yes, you know, is it punishable? Yes, definitely. But, especially when you're an install, it's like, think of the risk reward. We are compelled to throw it out. Think of the risk reward, man. You hit this shit even, like, with your back to the wall, you got a fucking quadrillion damage. Actually, oh yeah, I can't do that, right? I did notice I did that against Voss, it didn't work. Like, there's no way for me to do M into H if they're already airborne, I think. Like, I do just have to straight commit to doing this now. Oh, wait, do I not get that? You get that. Yeah. I'm just now realizing I don't actually know the combo that you get off of raw Buddy right here. This, that, close H. I guess you can maybe do 2 hits? No. I mean, maybe it is just that. Maybe it's just 1. This. Oh, you get the cooldown back at the very end. Yeah, you can't combo at all off the medium one, right? You do like 2 hits of auto combo, heavy, 2 hits of auto combo, and then Scarlet Oath or something. Sounds about right. You go back on the list of cool players. It's true. I put Brian's on the list of cool players, I think. What the hell? Does Charger just hop in Q when he knows someone is playing Vira? You get different 214U install combos depending on counter hits? Yeah, that was counter hits. Does Charger just hop on Vira when someone is trying her up? This is this is like the 2nd time I fought Charger this fucking month, and it's both times have been on Vira. I say this month, it's been more than a month, I think. Ow. Sure. Ow. Oh, that doesn't work! You know, here I thought I did something cool. No cooling for me. Charchar was in a tournament I was in over the weekend. He does do that. He's been, no, wait, what combo is he doing there? He did 2-2U into, did he do 2-2U into JH instead of 6-6H? Is that better? That can't be better, can it? It looked like that's what he did. Charchar doing Charchar things. Run up full screen into roll. Why not? That's not punishable. I tried to throw there. I thought it would beat it. Maybe I threw too late. Bonk, bonk, bonk. You know what, man? I guess give me insult. He won. He does do that as well. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Is he dead? Yeah, nice. I once played a Master Vira. I couldn't let go of back. Help. You got a lot of ways to push plus frames if you respect her. A lot of the stuff is challengeable. I mean, like, kind of by definition, right? But if you are just, like, kind of, if you are just gonna hold down back, Vira will, like, I mean, you know, fucking just doing M Scarlet Oath over and over as a block string infinite, basically. Oh, God, the pushback. Yeah, we had too much pushback scaling, I guess. Highly unfortunate, if I do say so myself. For the first time, that's what was the starter there? Close L. Oh, is it close L, close H? Is that too much pushback? Didn't actually get the command grab there. Quite saddening. Thank you, Char Char. Paid actor, Char Char, real smooth. Thank you for the gems. Oh, I just don't know the windows yet? Yeah. I mean, medium Oath. Like, if they're doing a lot of medium Scarlet Oath, if they ever do Luminaria in a block string, there are gaps here that can be exploited, but it can just be spooky, right? Does this mean I'm a better Char Char than... Wait, I was gonna say this mean I'm a better Char Char than Vira. Yeah, sure, man. Does this mean I'm a better Char Char than Vira? What is it like? He's having a little too much fun with it, I think. I know Char Char is Char Char, but this is a level of Char Charing that Char Char does not normally Char Char, I think. He's having a little too much fun with it. I only started playing like a month and a half, 2 months ago. Yeah. There's a lot of like, oh, whoa, that's cool. Wait, that's really cool. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't react to that. He gets the combo off at mid-screen without Raging Chain, huh? That was medium Lumi, right? Yo, that was kind of sick. Presumably this works even if I had only the 1 Brave point left, so I was stunned for a little bit longer there. Presumably that works even if I have fewer. Or if I have more, rather. Oh, wow. Because you will never convince Char Char to sit still, it's my bad. Thought he'd been getting counter hit a lot, maybe I can run in and throw him? No. That was a silly belief. Almost snuck it past him. Whoa! I'm surprised I couldn't close L that in time. He hits you with the classic? That's the classic? 2-2M RS? That's pretty cool, man. That's the first time I've ever seen that shit. Y'all need to be advertising your classic better. Bonk, bonk, bonk. It also works off of SSBA. Gotcha. Hey, does it work? Does it work if you only... I assume there might be a difference there with them only having 1 Brave point left, just because it means that you can't spot dodge that. She does recover way too fast for that to be a reasonable idea. If they only have the 1 Brave point when you do it... Oh, he's not dead here. No, he's not. Yeah, I definitely should not have committed all of this. Yeah. UDP would have done a little more damage there, but still. Now I'm like 2 touching, which I'm not a fan of. Perish. But yeah, like you get to if you don't know, if you Raging Strike someone and you don't Raging Chain, right, and they block it, they get guard crushed by it. If they had 1 Brave point left, you're plus 15. If they had 2 or more, like, you know, post Brave. Oh, it's still plus. I always look at that and I go, "Hi, it was fake," but they are still plus at the very least. Also, salt every day. So yeah, you are stunned for longer. But I would assume it doesn't matter because you get pushed into the Lumi pretty fast, right? I guess that's, you know, safe 668 spacing. I'm a little surprised by how often he's doing it. So that's fake, huh? Good to know. Oh, I wasn't close enough to get the close H. Sure. Okay. Ah, yeah, valid. Real. True. It's mainly from they have 1 BP left. So you don't... Wait, do you actually not get... I want to test this out now. That is a very interesting little thing that Char Char has shown me there. Valid. I didn't know where the Lumi crossing would end. Char Char seemed to have a better understanding of where was a safe spot to stand there, which, you know, unsurprising. Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, I don't get that, huh? How curious. Oh, I didn't have 214. That's rough news, you know. Yeah, and just punish that. Now, it might still be worth it for him, honestly, to have gotten, especially if I don't get a proper combo off it. I gotta say, it might still be worth it for him to have gotten into install there. See, this is where you feel the fact that Vira doesn't have a normal super. Any other character kills here, I still do. Okay, never mind, actually. Never mind, I actually still do. Much appreciated to Char Char for just playing around with me there. He showed me. It felt like he was showing me stuff the whole set. He's like, "Did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do this?" That 2-2M setup is really cool. I would like to see more. So, does that always, like, you do two? Is there like a particular spacing or timing for that? Do you get more pushback if they're on 1 BP? Is that, or do I have to be slightly further away maybe when I do it? Yeah, no, it does work. But you can't be literally point blank or, oh no, you can be. You just have to do it quicker. Okay, but yeah, being slightly far away first will make it more consistent. I see. That's vile. That's real cool. It's normally not. You can't just combo off of Raging Strike in the mid screen like that, right? Now, obviously, they can just spot dodge it and kill you, but I do that setup after super. I mean, so I guess you need to be what? You need to be plus 35, plus about 24, so they can't mash on wake up. So you have to be plus 59? Are you even plus enough for that? Is this fake? Are you even plus enough to do this post super? Like if I... How plus are you off of Vira's... Like the super that takes you into install? You want to be plus 59 at least. Oh! What do you know? Okay. Yeah. Because the reason, by the way, if you're not sure how I came up with that math, is just the startup of Luminera, right? Plus the startup of Raging Strike -4, or -5 roughly. If you don't have enough time to do this, if you don't have enough time to do medium Luminera into this, like if they have more than 6 frames there that they've already gotten up, they can just far L you, and it's guaranteed fake, right? You can, now you could be like, in certain situations, you might be like, oh, it has to be, they can't have 4 frames after they stand up, or they might throw you, they can't have 5 frames, or they might close L you. Because it's a Raging Strike, you can do it from outside of the range of both of those things. But yeah, it is, you just want to make sure you don't get far L'd. So actually, I guess it's not, I did do it as if we're talking about close Ls. It is 35 plus 25, or sorry, 23, right? Because if they can have 5 frames here and be fine. So you have to be at least plus 58. So yeah, super is plus 60. That's good to know. If you have any questions about Lumi setups, feel free to ask me. Valid. Yeah, I mean, that's a cool one. That is a very cool one. It's a high risk move, but the reward is amazing. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you're fighting a knower and you like if you're fighting a knower and you super them and do that, I feel like it's just like at that point, it's almost like the mental stack of that situation. If they know that you can do that, then you can just start playing around with them, right? You can do a bunch of other stuff because they might be dedicating so much of their RAM to, make sure we spot dodge the Raging Strike if such a thing is coming up, right? Anyone know? Okay, because this number, what's that? The delay between me doing this and Luminera showing up. That number is not anywhere. It's not in the frame meter. It's not in like the in-game frame counter. How long does Lumi disappear before she hits again? That what is that? You guys know that one? Have you guys done the math on that one? I mean, I can count it out right now, I guess. But yeah, I guess that could, this is why the frame meter mod is nice. I can literally count it out. Like what is the actual full startup from when I hit this button to when Lumi hits someone, right? It's 40 plus something. 40 plus this time that it takes Lumi to reappear on a guy. What is that time? Again, I guess it's about 4 seconds. Oh, actually? Damn, really? It's like, because right here is where, like, Vira is actionable again. We have, or 4 frames? Now, hold on. Those are very different things. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay. Is that the same? Now, apologies for all of that. Those have at 73 frame startup, so minus the initial 35. I just did it on H, and it was 40. It was 85 total. Is M different? Is what I want to. So you'll have to forgive me. You'll have to forgive me for the counting, but that's where we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Looks like it's about the same, right? 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Maybe I was going faster that time. Maybe I slightly fucked it up, right? Is for LM? Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's at... Well, I mean, that's 46, 47, actually. If I didn't mess up the count, then that is 72. Yeah, that's 72, right? It's, 30, like, so it's about 47 frames there, where it's before it hits her. So it's actually like it's weird. It's apparently a little faster on heavy, or maybe I'm wrong. Regardless, yeah, something like plus 73. It should be identical because H starts and recovers 5 frames later. Yeah, I guess. If it's about 73, right? Which yeah, it's like 40. Then yeah, it's hard to have it where like Lumi by herself can just hold it down, right? Like you have to be hella plus to do that. Like something like this is only plus 6, for example. But you don't. To be fair, it is kind of a moot point because you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just like as long as you're plus enough to continue the pressure while Lumi is doing it, then sure. But it is good to know like plus 73 is a hard one. You're not really going to be able to find that, right? I mean, yeah, I don't even know how you would go about doing that. Like a Raging Strike into no follow-up is plus 45. Yeah, I mean Super was plus 60. Yeah, I don't think it's realistic to find that probably where like Lumi start to finish can just be the Oki and you can go fuck off, do something else, and have it be real. Now, I guess there is the point of Lumi cannot be hit, right? Like, if you're far away, Lumi can't be hit. And Lumi does have a bit of an AoE. So, even if it's like, if you're plus 68 or something like that, right? They probably can't get out of it in 8 frames, right? If they move, if they jump, something, well, jumping maybe, hard to say. There's some kind of math there. It's beyond my level of involvement with Vira, but there is some kind of math there, right? Where, because you can't smack Lumi, it's not like if Lumi does something fake, you can't smack her on Wake Up or something. Oh my. Hey, this is the character I'm going to be playing maybe like later today if we get to 1K right now. There's some amount of time there where even though technically they're actionable and can move around on a Wake Up, because of the fact that, you know, Lumi has that AoE and they can't get out of the way in time, it still functions as like a real Oki, right? Sure. Make way. That's a bad idea. Oh boy, that was a really bad idea. Doing things that are punishable on block against Wilmus, you must have a death wish. Valid. Have you tried doing 2-2L into 6-2-3M in neutral? I have not. I've seen Vira's do it a bunch. Uh-oh. I'm, not dead. Yeah, I am getting camera Oki. Oh. Wait, I'm being killed. This doesn't kill me. Yeah. Was he going for the camera Oki and then halfway through decided against it? That's not the most damage he could... Now I'm wondering if he could have killed him. That's not the most damage he could have done there. I'm quite certain. He hit me in between the hits of my DP. That's cheating. If you see a Vira do that, you can just spot dodge it. Is there any timing where Lumi is gonna like punish me on the spot dodge? Like Lumi's gonna get back there and kill me on the recovery, like, or spacing rather, not really timing. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk. What the hell? That's cheating! Buff Vira install, that shouldn't happen. So cool, that's What? He was more ready for the clash than I was. I was just autopiloting into my normal damage, man. Oh, I did not do the right thing. Certainly. Real, true, valid, etc. Yeah, real, true, valid, etc. True, you can also do a delay to run forward and evade both Lumi and the DP? I guess so. Depends on the spacing, right? I imagine, is the answers to that. Okay. Corner, carry. Except instead of actually hitting him, we just kind of push him away with Lumi, and that's where the corner carry comes from. That is just, hey, I gotta stop fighting. That's like a wall, man. That wall is JU. I gotta examine that move more deeply. I assume I can just far H him there and he dies, right? But I don't know what the hitbox and hurtbox looks. So a lot of Will Nye be throwing that shit out like it's invincible. But I'm not sure if it's just like a knowledge check. I would assume it is. Oh, I tried to MDP. I got something else. I got counter hit there, so I did do something, right? It just wasn't MDP. That's crazy. You just say Will Nye? Yeah. It's the plural. I'm like 100% sure Vira won't get any more buffs. I mean, I hope not. I think it would be a bad idea. I think Vira's pretty solid now. Like, her main problems are just the main problems of most people. Like, aka Matera, Lawayne, etc. existing in the video game are her biggest problems. I don't think she, like, fundamentally needs to be made any stronger. She has her weaknesses. You could argue those weaknesses are kind of disproportionately exploited by the meta in some ways. But, like, you know, it's okay for her to have, like, a zoning weakness and things like this. Uh-oh. Leave me alone! I'm scared, Mom. What's that? Imushna? Oh, predictable! He caught my backdash. Well nigh the science guy. It's true. His brick backs channel's taken over by a man without a beard. It was very weird. Come on, that was like a month and a half ago. I can't catch a break. She'll be mid-tier at best, which is fine. You really think so? You think, like, what you mean, like, currently, or like? I could see that in a world. I can see that right now in a world where, you know, again, we live with the top tier that we currently do. But like, I feel like this character, outside of being a little, like being a character who, you know, fundamentally one of the things that really fucks her up is zoning, and we have like 2 to 3 top tier zoners. Like outside of that, I don't think Vira's better than that. No, he feels pretty solid to me. Outside, like again, outside of the fact that she has one weakness that is extremely unfortunate to have right now. It feels high tier to me, not gonna lie. I mean, I would think so too. Again, like maybe it's more of like a yeah, but you know, again, that's why I'm wondering: is it like a in theory maybe, but you know, all X character, Y character, Z character do in fact exist, and therefore she's not as good as you might think she is. This is a horrible use of my. I probably would have gotten more damage by supering there. To be real with you, if I'm gonna do it that way, probably should just do a full combo into super. That's crazy. Okay. And they can just roll into Voss stance. Like, why is that a thing? Only at a very certain range, right? The steppers will catch roll. They hit low enough to kill roll. So if you do it too silly, like Voss Raga will absolutely just end your life for doing that. Ow, ow. Hey, big baller brick caller. That's true. That is my name. That is what people call me. And by people, I mean my mother, because it's my government name. That's what I was called at birth. Eris Ramirez. Luminiera. Twist their balls. Niers never use their parry, but I always do respect the fact that they have one, you know? I am relatively concerned about Nier potentially just parrying my ass here. But maybe I'm giving him too much credit, too much respect. Got clip hit by the classic Able SSBA on defense. Yeah. If you're not getting any more buffs, just want a couple of small quality of life changes, mainly 214H hitbox being adjusted to be more consistent in combos. I can see that, yeah. And slightly better 2-2L tracking. Sure, yeah. These seem reasonable. They're not like, yeah, fundamental weaknesses in the character or something. Just like a, hey, this is kind of annoying sometimes. I wish I didn't have to play around it. Nice. That's 6-6H now. Something about it, it feels like Vira 6-6H works out for me more than other characters' 6-6Hs. I'm not sure if it's because people are kind of like inherently always going to be sticking buttons out to keep her away. And that's kind of exactly what 6-6H beats. Is it'll just crush everything and go through. Ow! But it does feel like Vira 6-6H, it just has like a high success rate. Ooh. The raw spot dodge in neutral to beat 6-6L is a more popular option than I would have expected, honestly. Oh, right into the far H. You love to see it. Oh, wait, it's death snare. What am I saying? Uh-oh for? Character has no risk reward. 0. None. Zilch. Zip. You're dead, right? Just nice and simple. Do this, do that. Yeah. He has all tools to be high tier. Having bad matchups his own as other shadows doesn't help. Not being plus on her moves doesn't help as well. If you're having a bad matchup, the bad characters also don't help her as much. Like I said, do strong mid tier if the patch not nerfs the top tier. If the patch nerfs the top tier, she might jump up. Yeah, I see what you mean. Again, I do think within... She still feels rather strong to me, but it might be the case of, like, realistically, if you're talking about, like, I can't really speak to top-level play, obviously. I'm not that good, right? I can kind of speak to a close, like, as close of an approximation as I can create of it. But, like, I could at least see the idea of, oh, you know, it is a much bigger deal than I'm giving it credit for, that, you know, these characters exist and they are going to be really rough for her. It's always an interesting thing, right? Is how much, because you can make a, like, how much do you weight matchups against the best characters? Because obviously you need to weight them some amount, right? At the end of the day, if, like, you can do this kind of with an extreme proof, right? Say that you were playing, let's say Ladiva, right? Let's say Ladiva is like, oh, Ladiva's actually super duper broken and she has a 100% win rate against the entire cast, right? But realistically, she has a 0% win rate against, say, Fairy, and Fairy is the 99% of competitive players play Fairy, right? If this was, like, if that world existed, you would kind of have to be, like, you could also be like, you know what, I'm not taking matchups into account at all. I'm just going to say Ladiva's broken because she beats 99% of the cast. But realistically, if you're coming at it from the point of view of, like, you play good characters to win events, then that matters, right? You have to take that into account in that case, at least. So, you know, how far down do we go? Like, obviously, we're not going to take it into account as much as that, but how much do you? What the hell, smart Grimnir? How much do you take it into account? Wait, I can't wait to combo smart Grimnir to death. Even that close H got me a little hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh! Yeah. What do you do about this move? This Void Light Eraser? It feels like it just kills me. Relatively commonly. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I definitely agree that Vira should get, like, a bit of a nerf in your evaluation because of the fact that a lot of the best characters in the game are quite rough for her. The interesting question is always how much, right? Hey, I held that, I think. I didn't. I kind of know that I did. Oh, I could have killed him there. I'm ass at Fortnite. That Vira, that Grace view kind of nice, though. You kind of nice with it? Yeah. Whoa, I'm dead! Wait, I'm not. Yeah, because he has to do that to get the wall bounce, so no SSBA. If there were some more seals there, maybe I was dead. I'm in danger. Would you believe me if I told you I was in danger? Okay. If that's the case, we have to rate Percival a lot lower. I agree. I have definitely, I have recently, we haven't, like, made another tier list, but I've recently been of the mind that I think I'm giving a lot of the, like, strong Shotos a little too much credit. Do you know what I mean? Because what they're doing, like, it's a very similar concept to Vira, but I mean slightly. Like in Catalina's case, not quite as bad, and in Percival's case, worse actually, arguably. But yeah, like I definitely am of the mind that I've been giving them a little too much credit. What they're doing is very strong, yes, but it just so happens that other strong characters right now are kind of their worst nightmare, right? Percival especially, I do feel like I have to knock pretty heavily. Catalina too, though. I think it is, at the very least, it is probably a little unreasonable to say that Catalina is, like, in top 1 contention. If, you know, 3 to 4 of the other top tiers have quite strong winning matchups over her, right? Might be a similar thing to Belial, honestly, where Belial's real strong, right? Belial's real good, but, you know, he's just a step below the rest of those characters because of the fact that that is the reality he lives in. Percival is a bit of a different case, because, like, he might lose to, like, Matera and Lowain worse than Vira does. Bro he's in a rough spot, right? So again, that's kind of that question, is like, because, you know, the stuff that Percival does is pretty ridiculous. But how much do you factor in the fact that, like, you know, Matera and Lowain are 2 of the best characters in the game, and they destroy that character, right? And yeah, this is also, right, this also would be, I mean, whether or not B is probably, I don't really care. The word Shoto, again, is weird. But, like, this is also huge B stocks, right? This is Beatrix stonks, because she is explicitly the only one of these kinds of characters, regardless of how much exactly she fits that archetype. But she's the only one of those kind of characters that has a very consistent answer to those characters, right? Now, I'm not saying Beatrix just runs into Matera or Lwain and, like, wins the matchup 10-0 or some shit like that. But certainly, like, you have to admit that Beatrix is significantly more comfortable fighting Lwain, fighting Fairy, fighting Matera, fighting whatever. Significantly more comfortable doing that than Catalina, and, like, 100 times better at that than Percy, right? Catalina is nowhere near top 3 or top 5. I wouldn't even say she reaches top 8 barely. That is a very funny sentence to me because you're like, I don't think that gulf is as big as you imply it. The fact that you could be barely reaching top 8 and definitely nowhere near top 5 is a really funny sentence. But you are entitled to your opinion, naturally. But I do think it is. I think it is something that is I have kind of been ignoring a little bit. Not for a lot of characters, right? But for like the really strong shoulders, I've been kind of going. Who cares? First time gold master brick. Truly drunk driving ranked is the way to go. I believe it, brother. But yeah, that's also huge. That's also huge in Beatrix's favor, then, right? It's like, well, she doesn't have this problem nearly as bad as the rest of her compatriots. Oh. I don't think I live these. I live these? Oh, so does he. Dude, smart! Grim, where was the damage? Like, I know he dropped his combo, but I should have been dead on the... Dude, okay, cool. Smart Grimnir. Gets me to, gets us to 1K. That is staggering, man. I had one Brave Point. He did, what was it? He caught me, he did Close H, Raging Strike, Raging Chain, Close H, Raging Strike, 2-2-U. He dropped the combo after. But I lived that? From that HP? Smart's funny, man. I mean, it's like the 20% damage penalty that you take or something like that. But I felt like Vasaraga for a second, man. I was like, my health, this isn't moving. He can't get me down. He can't kill me. Rick, did you ever unadd me in Discord? Did I add you in this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think did I add you in the first, like, you mean like as a friend? Or in the server? I do not recall. OMG, is that brick SPD? So cool. Check what? I don't know what to check, good sir. I asked you what you're referring to, and you answered me with check. May. Yang. Check on Discord. Like, do you mean? What do you mean, bro? Did I remove? Did I as a friend? Oh, okay. Were we ever? Maybe we were. If I don't think if that's what you're talking about, I don't think I did. But we just may have never been. I have just answered a DM or something. Anyway, man, Vira's broken. Vira's broken. I mean, we kind of have been talking about it in the back half of this, right? But I think Vira is really strong, right? Like she is very good. Again, though, what we mentioned at the beginning is like a lot of if we ignore, right? Ignore Brick. I'm not gay. Please, professional. Are you okay? What's happening? What are you fine, man? I'm trolling though. Cat is kind of strong, maybe. Again, so this is something that we can you know, since Vira is sort of the launching point for this, right? We can bring this up even. What do I have it? Oh no, I don't think I have it still. I don't think I'll still have it because I think we moved it around to do other stuff. Maybe. Let me see. Yeah, like this is the most recent tier list that I have, is just an example of Lucy being mid-tier, basically, right? It's not really a tier list. But like, you know, basically, like if you've ever seen me make a tier list, it looks a lot like I'll have Catalina really, really high up, right? I'll have Matera high up. These days I'll have Lwain high up, things like this. I'll have Percy high up. And what I'm talking about, basically, and the same thing applies to Vira too. Like, well, I wouldn't have Vira this high, but I would have Vira somewhere in like the middle of high tier or something like that. But I think the reality of the matter is, I've been a little too generous to these two in particular, and I've been not so. Usually, I'll have like Belial somewhere here, and I'll have Beatrix somewhere next to him, right? But I think I have been a little too, generous to everyone except Beatrix, actually, on like how much matchups matter, right? Whereas UL's pretty good these days. He's somewhere here as well, right? But I've been too generous to these two, basically, is how I would say it. Him especially. Like, honestly, I'll usually have like to be fair, this is a tier between these guys, right? I usually have like a low top tier here, a low top tier, and a high top tier. at the very least, you can't argue these two, like, and it is meant to be roughly ordered, right? You can't argue these two as the top of this tier. It's just not realistic because of the fact that, you know, you exist, you exist, you exist. I'm still thinking about how I feel about you. I know a lot of people would have you right up here with them. I'm still, I am warming up to the idea that I was wrong about Fairy, and that even post-nerf, she is very, very, very strong. I'm warming up to that idea, but I'm still not quite so, I'm not ready to think about exactly, or like, I don't know how I feel about you yet, but certainly, I think right after you got nerfed, I put you like here, and that is kind of silly, I think, for sure. But, you know, especially if she's really good too, then at the very least, you guys have to move down to here. You realistically have to go down here probably, and honestly, maybe you should, maybe all three of you should, right? Maybe there is kind of like a world where it's just like, all right, well, can you deal with the really good zoners? And if you can't, you know, what are we doing here, right? And again, as a result, this is huge stocks for you as well, right? If they move down, she moves up. It's kind of just how it has to be because of the... Now, I don't know that I'm ready to move her down a tier entirely, right? But they're like, you probably, unironically, I think it's too hard for you. It's too rough for you to fight like this guy or this guy. But yeah, that is huge stocks for you as well, right? And, you know, we're talking about Vira. It's kind of a similar idea where, you know, hypothetically, like say we had 10 characters in high tier or something here, I would have Vira on like the higher end of this. She does have that problem just as well, maybe not just as much as Percival, honestly. Again, Percival versus Matera, maybe the worst matchup in the entire game. It's one of those that's like up there, right? It's like a Voss Vayne or like a Vayne Charlotta or like Fairy with, I mean, who's Fairy's best match? Like Galleon maybe? Fairy Galleon or something like that. Like there are those matchups that are like it's that bad, right? Like the ones that are like in contention for like worst matchup in the game. But I don't know if it drops you down to here. I think it is the kind of thing that I can hold against Vira a little bit. But what the character is doing otherwise is still very good, right? It really is. Like Vira's one problem is the fact that a lot of the best characters in the game right now are kind of rough for her matchup wise. But I don't think all of them are, right? Like there are, like I don't think it's like she's not hopeless fighting the other Shotos, right? She can certainly like they have buttons they can compete with her with, but you know, she can be a little bit more rushdown oriented. She can try, you know, Lumi can maybe try and sneak some stuff in here and there, right? If you're talking about like a character like Soriz or a character like, I mean, Eustace also, I forgot about him. This character might be too low also. This character might have to jump up a tier. Like another character where, you know, it's kind of rough if you're Vira and you have a zoning weakness, or if you're Percy and you have a zoning weakness or something like that, right? But like, you know, if it's a character like Soriz, if it's a character like Wilness or something like that, these are characters that she can fight, probably. I mean, even, right, Cag, Cat, Belial, Percy themselves, Beatrix herself are probably not so bad for her. But, so I don't know that I'm like... I do find interesting the new sentiment I'm seeing is that Vayne is better than Sieg, which feels weird. I haven't played both since launch. I don't know about that, but Sieg does feel... Sieg has a similar-ish problem, though he's got a fireball at least. But yeah, my point is that I think a lot of what Vira is doing is very strong, right? Good buttons. She has good buttons. She has, I mean, even in base now, she has very good mid-screen off. Not every starter, but a lot of starters, right? Counter hit far M, regular hit far H, auto combo 6XL into anything, right? We'll get her the Lumi into extensions. It's not quite like on a Catalina thing where she just gets far L into whatever she wants, but off a lot of buttons that she might be poking with, she does get it. I think counter hits 2M as well. We always do block after initial hits. Maybe not counter hit 2M. No, yeah. I mean, then you can do this, right? And she extends from there, and she does, if she wants to do big carry, big damage, like she'll get it, right? This is very good damage. This is not, and then you'll get like this corner extension from anywhere, basically. Like, even if you're all the way back here, pretty much, she will still get her, she'll actually get a wall bounce and be able to extend from there, right? So, like, base Vira, her damage is real high. Her buttons are very good. I mean, that you can end that on a safe jab into Lumi if you want to, right? It's like Versuja before they fucking nerfed her with the dog walk combo level damage. Her damage is really high in the mid-screen, even as base, right? Her buttons are very solid. Lumi can do a lot of tricksy shit. She's fast, right? She, I mean, has, at the very least, things... Yes, a lot of it is fuzzy mashable, for sure. But she has at least things that can take up your mental stack and make you less concerned with down backing, things like the 5U, things like Scarlet Oath, things like this, that can at least kind of force you to be a little bit more active on defense, which you can then exploit, right? So, like, she's got a lot of stuff that is very, very good, actually. I mean, install Vira. I mean, if which is, again, not as hard to reach these days. Install Vira is obviously, it varies very strong, right? She even, like, if we're talking about, like, there is a really solid argument that she is better than Catalina now, especially if you factor in this idea of, like, at least having something to do against zoning, right? Having this air dash, having this very fast full screen call out, which obviously is risky, but is still a way to just very quickly teleport from full screen and catch someone committing to something. Say Matera puts a butterfly down or something like that. It's the kind of thing she can't really afford to do against Vira in neutral because of how fast of a check this is. This is like Seox U Rekka speed, but it's full screen, right? So install Vira actually is very strong, and like the primary issue of base Vira of like I have no way to realistically get in on people who don't want me to goes away. But you do still have to start every round in base Vira, and even if she's good, getting rid of this sort of fundamental weakness that causes the character so much trouble, aka that if you really just commit to playing lane, she will have a little bit of a hard time. Every win condition she has to get out of that, except for walking back and forth until she builds 100 meter, requires her to hit you, right? Now, there is, again, some amount of inevitability to this. I say inevitability kind of generously, right? But it is true that, like, you know, if you play too lame for too long, right? Like, Vira can't just do this. And, like, technically, you know, she blocks enough stuff, maybe a couple pokes get through or something like that. But the fact that it takes 100 meter to do this, it's not really going to happen, right? But if Vira does have 100 meter, it is relatively actually real for her to just do this at full screen, right? It's relatively hard for a lot of the cast to punish her in a way that is meaningful enough that it outweighs just the reward of getting into install. But certainly, this is not how you want to get into install. This is the slowest, least efficient, right? Just worst way to get into install for Vira, and you take some risk for doing it. All of, like, the cool, nice ways that they buffed Vira that make getting install, you know, significantly easier, those are all still contingent on hitting the opponent, which means you have to get in at least once on base Vira. Is this impossible? Absolutely not. Is it difficult? Right? Yes. Is it so difficult in certain matchups, assuming both players are playing well, that you probably are going to take enough hits trying to get in that install Vira... we talk a lot about Sora's install, right? We talk a lot about Sora's install and how... this. If you don't think about it too hard, you might think that Sora's install is not very good, right? Because you're like, most of the time that I see a Sora's install, he loses. Right? Most of the time, and this is probably true, most of the time that you see a Sora's go into install, he will lose that round. And you might look at that and go, okay, well, that must mean that the install is not that good. The reality of the matter is that because of the way that Sora's install is set up, it is given a very hard job every round, basically. Kind of by definition. Because of the fact that Sora's, if we don't have, right, Super Skybound Art enabled by default, for player 2 as well, right? Sora's has to be under 30% health. I can't install when I'm here. It doesn't do anything, right? I have to be under 30% health, and it's very rare that you get left at exactly 30%, right? So most of the time I'm like, you know, I'm somewhere here or something like that, and then I hit install. Now, they gave it that heal, which, you know, can actually be nice. If Sora's gets a lot of those macho stacks off, and can be very good, then it can help him, it can sort of offset what I'm about to say. But the reality of the matter is, like, yeah, install Sora's is a ridiculously strong character, but he only ever comes in to the game when you're probably one hit away from death, and a lot of the times, you know, maybe losing the round very heavily. Like, it might be the case that you're at this health total, the round hasn't been going well for you, right? And now, you know, the enemy is, like, above, maybe at, like, 65 or something like that, right? So it's being given a very difficult job, and that leads to, despite the fact that install Sora's is very, very strong, right? And everything that's good about Sora's gets better, and some of his weaknesses get, you know, kind of taken away, and the fact that he gets a lot faster and things like that. There's a couple different ways to skip neutral that are even better than what he normally has. He takes less damage, he heals, it's ridiculous. He's got a command grab super, right? It doesn't even cost meter. Install Sora's is a ridiculous character, but he's given a very hard job every time he shows up, right? There's a very good reason that install Sora's can't just install whenever he wants, right? And there's a very good reason he doesn't have, like, a command grab like Vira's that puts him into install. Install Sora's is stronger than install Vira. Install Sora's is a very good reason, yes. Install Sora's is a dumb fucking character, right? So he's limited in that way. Now, what I'm getting at, though, is in these bad matchups, because of the fact that to get install, probably you have to get in on as base Vira at least once, on your fairies, on your Materas, on your Luanes, on your Yustai, right? Whatever it is. you might take so much damage in that endeavor on average that you kind of end up putting install Vira in a similar situation to how install Sores always is, right? You kind of end up in a situation where, yeah, you got install, you got your install, but you know you're here, right? So awesome, cool. You got your install, and you are an extremely strong, scary, high damage everything character. But you're probably gonna lose that round, right? You're probably gonna lose that round because install Vira has to put in so much work. It's a fucking Atlas holding up the world, right? To make the comeback for you. Now, it's just really good to have a tool like this in the first place, but my point with this entire tangent is, like, this is why, despite the fact they made getting into install so much better, and they made base Vira so much better, I do still think that this zoning weakness holds up significantly, right? They even buffed install Vira, but I do think it still holds up significantly, right? Because of everything that we just talked about. The question becomes, how much does that matter? And honestly, the funny part with this is the real answer is it depends a lot on your region and the actual exact distribution of like high level players and what they're playing, right? If you're in a region with a lot of Materas and Loanes, then it matters a lot, right? If you're not, it doesn't matter as much. Like, that's the weird thing with how much survivorship bias. Yeah, that's the issue with, like, how much do you factor in the matchups in the meta? Because there's a very good point to be made, possibly, that, like, you know, if you are in Evo, if you're playing an Evo and there's one or two really good Materas that might make top 8. Maybe they don't, right? Like, if it's like Monarch is there, right, and like one other guy or something like that, it's like Monarch's probably gonna make top 8. But what if he doesn't, right? There's maybe an argument there. There's maybe an argument there that, like, maybe you got to deal with the Monarch matchup, maybe you don't. If there were 15 people playing Matera, it'd be a lot more relevant, right? So it's weird to figure out. And this is kind of what we've been talking about the whole video, right? Even before we got her to 1,000 gems. It's kind of it's a very interesting part of character strength valuation. Is you have to take the meta into account. I think you if you are not taking the rest of the meta into account, you're allowed to do that, obviously, but it makes it a different kind of list, right? It's no longer, in my mind, like an actual tier list of character strength, because matchups are a indispensable part of how good a character actually is in the game. It's all no character is measured in a vacuum, right? Grand Blue's top tier is Exerd's bottom 1. Yeah, like it's all about the other characters in the game and how you fit into them. So you cannot take meta into account, but I think just making a different kind of list at that point. The question is, if you do, how much should it be? The only thing, there's an argument for that. There's an argument that the only objective tier list is, like hypothetical objective tier list, is you take 2 hypothetical perfect players and you have them play 100 games with every 2 character matchup in the game. You figure out the win rates there, and the characters with the highest win rate weighted against characters that, you know, have higher win rates. The character that comes out with the highest number is top 1, right? That is something that is like, you could do that. But even then, right, I caught myself in the middle there. Even in this like crazy, insane, never going to happen 20xx simulation that I found out, you have to wait, right? How much, like, you know, what is that weighting? What do you decide that weighting to be? Of like, well, you know, Sores has a really high win rate, but it's against a character that loses to most of the rest of the cast. But he has a very low win rate against a character that wins against most of the cast. So we, you know, logic would dictate that it should be reasonable to say that his matchup spread against that better character, better here meaning that they beat most of the cast consistently, right? That matchup spread, that poor matchup spread against the better characters should matter more than the good matchup spread against the bad characters, because there's the implicit assumption that good players who are trying to play to win stuff, whether it's for bragging rights or money or whatever, are going to play strong characters on average. Cool, we can agree on that. How much? Do we weigh his wins against, I don't know, Nier? Do we weigh them half as much as his losses against Loain or something? A third? A quarter? 75%? I don't fucking know, right? So that is the interesting little bit here, is how much do you give a shit? How much do you care about matchups against a particular kind of character. Now there can be situations where it's just like, all right, well, this is a big enough deal that you just like all of the good characters suck for this character, and maybe then it doesn't really matter. The details don't matter. But like Vira is an interesting case, right? Where there is like 3 or 4 top tiers that is going to beat the shit out of her, but I think she's probably relatively at least competent against the rest of them. So all of this to say that I think Vira is still quite good. I would still, if you ask me right now to my face, is Vira strong? Is she weak? I would say she's strong. She's probably still feels somewhere like roughly high tier to me. But if you wanted to, and Char I think was kind of saying this earlier, you could really make an argument that it's like, well, I mean, this character sucks for her, this character sucks for her, this character sucks for her, this character might suck for her as well, right? And it's like, I mean, the rest of these, it's not like they're good matchups, so it's like, like that, you could, depending on how much you want to factor in the existence of the meta, right? You really could make an argument to drop her down quite highly, because it is essentially her biggest problem, is that a lot of very strong characters beat the shit out of her. So, do with that what you will. There is no, I don't know of an answer to this question. It's why, it's one of the primary reasons that tier lists are always going to be heavily subjective. Because, again, right, even in the most objective hypothetical scenario you can come up with, where you can make a perfectly accurate matchup chart, right? This is already, you should be checking out, right? This is never going to happen. Where you could make a perfectly accurate matchup chart, even then, figuring out the weightings for the matchups, which, if you didn't do them, would make your matchup chart kind of inherently flawed. Figuring out those weightings, there still has to be a decision, a subjective decision made there on what those weightings should be. So, it's never going to happen, right? For me, I feel like, I don't know, obviously everyone's going to think that what they're doing is reasonable. I heard Uno has a similar issue. Uno is a weird one, right? Uno, actually, he's decent into Matera, Lowain, Eustace, and stuff like that. It's the other way around, right? Like, Uno can fight these characters, like, relatively okay. It's, like, these ones that give him a lot of trouble, no? He's got, like, he's, like, the opposite end of the spectrum from a lot of the, like, Vira, UL, maybe, characters like that, where he actually fights the zoners decently, but he does get kind of his shit rocked by a lot of mid-ranges, is my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, waxing philosophical about, like, how, like, literally the process of making tier lists aside, I think Vira is she feels good, and certainly if you're talking about outside of like the highest level of play, which I can only sort of try and approximate anyways, right? Where you're not seeing nearly as many of these zoners and stuff like that, this character feels really good, man. This character feels crazy strong, right? They just made her, like, again, I do wanna, I've been very mean to Cygames on a lot of their patching recently. What's going on, Ophidian? Hatsuna Miku as well, hello. I've been very mean to Cygames recently, and I was very mean to this patch in particular. I think this is not a good patch overall. I would say this is a bad patch. Now, you know, in perspective, right, I think in general, a lot of the Grand Blue patches have been somewhere between fine to really good, right? So, this is probably the worst patch we've had so far, but, like, in the point of view of, like, it's not so bad, it's just relative, but I will always suck them off for this. This is like a really good 4 lines, man. This is a very, very efficient, 4 lines of patching right here. It's very good. Like, I feel like it made this character way better, and a lot of the most, like, annoying things about her got way better without, this is where you could, you know, make some sort of complaints in a lot of directions, without, like, removing the inherent weaknesses that make the characters, right? Without, like, they made Vira a lot better without just saying, fuck it, she doesn't lose to zoning anymore. Because you can just do that, right? You can just make every character that they have no, like, yeah, Vira loses to zoning, she doesn't anymore. This character loses to that, she doesn't anymore. This one loses to that, they don't anymore. But they don't necessarily do that. They didn't do that with Vira, and I do have to hand them. I have to hand it to them on that one. It's very, very, very good job with Vira, I think. And again, at this point, her problems. People were talking about making this a 2-1-4H. It's a little weird, giving it more of a vertical hitbox, maybe, to make it better in combos, making 2-2L track a little bit more, maybe. But I think the character is pretty complete at this point. She doesn't feel like I check Vira off, and we keep moving down. There are characters that need developer attention 100 times more than Vira at this point. We were talking about Lucy earlier, right? Lucy feels like something has gone wrong with him. Lucy needs, like, someone to take a second look at his design 100 times more than Vira does. Vira's doing all right. The kids are gonna be all right. The plastic tastes good. It's we're having a good time. Also, Ophidian, I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day today. I'm feeling much better than I was yesterday. I'm in a better mood. I'm still saying Vira should be a high mid tier. Like, she has all the tools for stop success on every mostly characters in the game, great buttons and other things, but she has the same problems as the good characters have. Yeah. Iced is not like Sandy. That man is a burger with no sauce. I like Sandalfon. I like it. And yes, the 500 Magnum is not that strong when the elephant is currently stepping on your chest. It's true. All right, fellas. So, interesting thing. Let us.
Way to clear those challenges. Diligence pays dividends. That's what I.
Let us do. Actually, you know what? I do want to talk about this actually. Let's hop out of ranked and go to training mode for a second. Sandy's cool. I think Sandy's fun, but I don't know, man. I like it too, but man, that was a kind of a hard run. I like Sandy. I like Kramer. I think he's really good. Well, I think he's fun to play and quite good as well. And Sandy, by the way, actually, there's a real argument. We were talking. Are you entering Dreamland today? Not today, probably. But I think, okay, honestly, I thought I was kind of planning on playing Vira the rest of the day. We had 2 GM matches. Char was kind of playing around with me, showing me some stuff on Vira, so I ended up getting like the 150 gems off of that, and then we kind of played well otherwise, so it worked out. But I do wanna actually. When is Dreamland? Isn't it like in 5 minutes, or am I mistaken? Maybe it's in an hour. But by the way, if we are talking about this whole idea of like being meaner or nicer to some of the Shotos or Shoto-like characters based on how much they can actually fight some of these more prevalent zoners, this character's stocks probably go up a little bit too, right? He's not as good at it as Beatrix is, obviously, but like he has more tools in his kit to anti-zone or to, you know, to skip neutral, to even zone himself a little bit. He's not gonna do that to like Matera, but like he has more things that he can do to kind of try and skip around than basically any other Shoto that isn't Beatrix, right? Like he's gonna have a significantly easier time getting in on, I don't know, Matera or Luane or whoever than like Catalina is, right? Or I mean 100 times more than like Percy, right? Or Vira or even Belial or something. I mean, Belial has something as well. The parry it exists. It is there and it can work on certain moves, but a lot of the times it is just going to end up getting him in trouble these days. But that's also another thing, right? You can certainly make a solid argument for like Belial above Catalina for that reason, right? Like if you're going to start factoring in, and you should to an extent, but if you're going to factor it in more heavily, how much these like strong zoners are like sort of meta defining, right? Then, you know, that the Sandy stocks go up. That might be enough to argue Sandy in somewhere in top tier, actually, low top tier, right? A lot of fun screwing around on Sandy, yeah. All right, so here's the thing. Belial's bag of tricks always upsets me. That's a very I don't know, a very just eloquent way to put that, right? I can imagine you saying that in a very posh accent. Belial's bag of tricks always upsets me. Belial also has alt parry, yeah. Sandy seems like the most underrated character in this game to me. I mean, I know, to my understanding, over in Europe, I'm not sure if they just have a really strong Sandy there, I'm not sure. But they do view him quite, like, even, like, I would be a Sandy down player in their eyes, where I think I'm probably not, I might be a Sandy up player over here, I don't know. But anyway, what I want to talk about is, hey, so we're getting every character to 1,000 gems and stuff like that. That's cool. That's all well and good. That's been fun. We just finished Vira, and it was, you know, significantly easier than Lucy, of course, because it's just a much more straightforward character. But I've had a feeling, I've had a vibe, I've had a pull recently of, I kind of want to just get better at the game. And while, you know, playing the roster and stuff like that certainly helps, and you can learn different skill sets on different characters and all of that, we've done a lot of like playing the roster, right? We've played the whole roster multiple times over now, right? We got every character to master, and then we have now started getting every character to 1,000 gems. And it's not quite, I want to raise my ceiling. You know what I mean? There's still a lot of room for me to grow in this game. I can still get a lot better at this game. And I want to do that. And the only way to realistically do that is to play my mains. I say mains because, again, this guy, he's here now. He's not here yet. Like, Ladiva is still definitely the character that I feel the most confident on and the most comfortable on, but I want to get Willness there. He is fun enough and I enjoy him enough, and he's also just way better than Ladiva too. I mean, and I don't, like, I'm never gonna like drop Ladiva because she's not as good, but it is nice that a character that is this good is also this fun to me. It's always good, right? I'm not gonna, you're not out here trying to play weak characters just to play weak characters, you know? I love Ladiva, so I don't care how good or bad she may or may not be. I'll still play her. But it is very lucky when it's like, oh, this character is kind of stupid, and he's hella fun, amazing. But yeah, I want to play my mains. I want to get better at my mains, and I want to have like probably a quite long arc of just you know, trying to get better at the game, right? Too bad they don't really cover each other's bad matchups. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Like, this is one of the things we have to figure out is like, how do we do this, right? Kind of curious question. Is it Wellness playing Ladiva on Rising? I mean, they are different characters. Like, they're different archetypes too. They are both big bodies, right? But Wellness is more of, like, this is gonna sound silly, but like, it's probably a closer comparison of like Wellness and like Siegfried or Wellness and Percival or something like that than Wellness and Ladiva, right? Wellness is more of this, at least my understanding. Maybe it'll change, right? Maybe it'll change. But my understanding of Wellness as he currently stands, that he's more of like one of these mid-range characters, right? He's got like decent pokes in the mid-range. He's got like lots of ways to check you running back and stuff like that. But he also has like neutral skips, all of this. Yes, he's got the 50-50, but it's not quite the same thing as like the command grab, right? Wellness is, he has to get a particular setup going, otherwise it's like a reactable thing. It's DP on reaction. Obviously, you cannot react to Ladiva command grab. But you can fuzzy jump it, right? There's similarities, but I actually don't think they're necessarily the same character. The problem is more so that I think they do lose the same kind of characters, right? Like, I think Wellness is a mid-range character. Ladiva is a grappler. In general, they're going to lose to zoners, right? They're going to lose to her, him, etc. And it's the case for both of them. I mean, it probably is worse for Ladiva than it is for Wellness. But yeah, they're not going to cover anything. That's okay. I'm not necessarily, I'm not like thinking of it that much in terms of that yet, right? I just like both of the characters and I want to play both of the characters. I don't know I don't really know how we're going to split it up, honestly. But again, I've been rambling. But I think my goal is we're gonna, Mondays and Tuesdays are the days that we generally just usually play Granblue. We're not like watching tournaments and stuff like that. Though we might do that right now, actually, because we didn't get to do that this Sunday because I didn't get to stream this Sunday. But we might just make it so we just, maybe we join Curry Cup on Monday. We join Dreamland on Tuesday, right? Wednesdays, Thursdays, we play Haunts. Fridays, I don't stream. Saturdays is sub only. We have our own schedule set up for that. And then Sundays generally is like, analysis of high level play and stuff like that. So maybe Mondays and Tuesdays, there's 2 weeklies a week. I think we're just gonna keep practicing and joining those until we win one at least once. I think that's the plan. The plan is to play the game and get better at the game and practice the game until we win one weekly tournament, and that will be a goal that I can be satisfied with, I think. Now, that's far away. Just fair warning, we may very well be on this until they stop supporting this fucking game. I don't know. I think I am, I'm good at the game, right? I'm good at the game, but I'm not very good at the game compared to people that are great at the game. Like there's a large portion of Granblue's population that I can just autopilot and kill. Yes, but that's not how we're fighting when we go to weeklies. You know what I mean? That's the problem. And most people who are even consistently competing, stuff like that, even if it's at just that weekly level, most of them are noticeably better than I am, right? We're in this kind of weird middle point. So it's going to take... I missed sign up by 30 seconds. Yeah. I'm so scared the game won't get another season after Ilsa. I would be very surprised about that. Well, I mean, I think Granblue is still doing pretty well. I would be... this may age horribly. I would be horribly surprised if we didn't get a Season 3. A Season 4, I'm curious about. It seems like they are interested in supporting this game for a while. I think a Season 4 could happen, even. It'll depend a little bit on what happens next year, right? They already said more content is coming. Yeah. A Season 3 should happen. I would be very, 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 very surprised if there was no Season 3. Season 4, we'll see, right? But yeah, I think this is going to be our goal. We're going to work towards that for the coming however the fuck long it takes. They're already alluding to something more happening. Yeah. They drop a big hint. I don't think we'll see confirmation until Psy Cup next month. Yes. Again, the game is still doing pretty well, right? Like, outside of, obviously, you have, right, Street Fighter is kind of the juggernaut, and it just keeps, especially, honestly, it might get not as popular internationally if they keep doing it the way they're doing it. But for now, it's huge. It's exploding in Japan, and it's still very popular internationally and things like that. Tekken is huge, right? There's a pretty big drop-off after those two. Like, Tuco is pretty popular, for sure. Strive is pretty popular, for sure. Like, they're there. But after, like, yeah, honestly, Tuco is, I've been seeing some weird player numbers and stuff like that, but to my understanding, Tuco still seems quite popular, right? 2x KO. Seems like it's doing well. Granblue is basically right after that, right? Like, it's kind of Street Fighter and Tekken, who are kind of unfuckwittable in terms of how big fighting games are. And then, Strive, Tuco, Granblue. It's not bad. Top 5. You know, we'll take it. I don't think we would only get 2 seasons. I think it's probably performing about as well as they expected it to. Would be my guess. Anyway, my God, this has been. I'm gonna have to. I wanted to make a YouTube video out of this, and I'm gonna have to edit everything down and cut it all around. The point being is, I think it's gonna be our goal. It's gonna be we're gonna set a goal for ourselves of just, you know, getting. Oh, that's the wrong Ladiva color, man. Getting more comfortable, Wilness and Ladiva, playing a shit ton, and eventually try to win one of those weeklies and see how it feels. I imagine it's gonna take a long time, but I'm okay with that, right? There are a lot of like one of the things that I am very kind of worried about, and why I wanted to kind of cut the getting everyone to 1,000 gems short. Though we'll go back to that eventually, right? We'll go back to that once we've done this, and it should be significantly easier then at that point if I do actually manage to accomplish that goal. I will have jumped a couple echelons of power. It's like, you know, if we're Super Saiyan right now, we'll have to go Super Saiyan 2 at the very least, maybe 3, to accomplish that goal. So to then go back and be fighting like 0 to 1,000 gems should be very, very easy for us. But it is the kind of thing where, again, like I'm mentioning, I autopilot a lot when I'm doing those, right? To the point that, you know, a lot of people have pointed out that, like, the less I'm thinking about the game, the better I seem to do what I'm playing at that level, right? If we're just, like, spamming Omni-Man Brain Rod and things like that, we tend to perform better because if I'm thinking about it too much, I'll sort of get in my own head, I'll distract myself, I'll, you know, give maybe the opponent a little bit too much benefit of the doubt and assume that they are going to adapt and maybe they don't and things like that. Whereas if I just turn on the flowchart and I just do the shit that we normally do, we just kind of cruise, right? But that's not a good thing, right? I should, you know, it shouldn't be that the best version of me is the version of me that's autopiloting. It just means that I've lost the ability to not autopilot, or I'm losing the ability to not autopilot, which is very, very, very important when you're fighting players who are as good as you, or better, right? You can't be autopiloting there. It will get found out, you will get murdered. So I was feeling myself, like, it became, I'm just incredibly comfortable autopiloting, and I'm not really comfortable doing anything else. So yeah, so that's kind of why I'm like, you know, we just have to stick in High Master for long enough, run into a lot of these people, go to these tournaments, right? Maybe even, you know, run sets with people and stuff like that. We are planning to do first attends once a month with on the sub streams, right, nowadays as well. Just be a little bit more active with my engagement with the game, I think. How we're gonna do this, I don't know. We might have okay, so there is part of me that's like, it might be alternating characters might slow this. Granblue Fest December 27th, probably more news there. Yeah, that's true. Alternating characters might slow this down, right? It might slow this down a little bit, but I can't like not play Ladiva, and I'd want to play Wilness. You know what I mean? And I want to play Ladiva too, but my point is, like, I'm like, in theory, the optimal thing to do here is probably just focus on doing this with Wilness, since he is just, in many ways, he has Ladiva's same matchup spread, but a little better, and he has Ladiva, but a little better. But I'm not really sure how to do it. So, maybe it'll be a day for each of them, right? Maybe we'll join one of the brackets as Wilness and one of the brackets as Ladiva, and this, you know, just generally practice as both. Like, since we're gonna have primarily on stream, at least we're gonna have kind of the 2 practice days. So maybe like it's Wilness Mondays and Ladiva Tuesdays. Is there any alliteration you could do there? That'd be good. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Because yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. But I think, you know what, we'll take our lumps if possible. If I end up getting desperate enough and I really feel like something is holding me back, then maybe we will lock in on just one of them. But you focus on Wilness for the first tournaments, and once you win, you go to Ladiva. Could do that too. Where you start, like, we do it twice, once with each character. That'll make it more difficult. Wilness Wednesdays, yes. Problem is, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday we usually do Uma right now, but we'll see. Anyways, I think, you know, since we got Vira to 1K a little faster than I expected here, I think I kind of just want to, well, we'll see. There were a couple of brackets that I wanted to look at this Sunday, and then we didn't get a chance to do so because I couldn't stream on Sunday. So maybe we'll do that right now for the rest of the stream, and then that'll be it. I know there's a TNS Silver event at the very least, and there might have been a bigger tournament going on too. But I think I want to now, because this is one of the things that I talk a lot about. I talk a lot about how to learn the game, how to get better at the game, things like this. It applies to me too. You know, we just did a whole ranked session with Vira. It might be more conducive to actually learning and improving right now to do something productive that doesn't actually involve isn't as active, right? Make sure that legend race. Already did it when I woke up. I got 6 runs in. Oh, I guess a reset actually. Did it? Can you get runs 7 to 9 going yet, or is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow, right? Yeah, that's tomorrow. But yeah, I think, you know, just basically watching footage of high level players and seeing, and like now I want to actually, because most of the time when we watch tournaments, again, if you've been around for any amount of time, you know what I'm talking about. Most of the time when we watch tournaments, we just kind of zone out, right? I've made it for the brick yapping session. It's true. That is mostly what we've been doing for the past like hour. So welcome. But like we just kind of like get distracted, right? We're like, you know, we're talking about whatever, and then there's a Grand Blue set happening in the background. You know, your girlfriend falls down the stairs and then calls you a good boy, ASMR type shit. I think I want to actually lock in a little bit more on trying to figure out why people do things the way they do, because for all I know, there's probably, I have to imagine, there's been a lot of meta development at the high level in the past like year or something, since the last time that I was joining tournaments consistently. I don't know what the fuck it is, right? I don't know what it fucking is. So let's actually try and watch these really good players and actually take a bit of a more analytical eye to it. Actually focus. Don't ADHD our way out of focusing on the sets and see what we can learn. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. No, that sounds good. So first off, let's figure out what to watch. Again, if nothing else, there was that TNS that happened last Saturday, but I'm not actually sure if there was. We haven't had the chance to look at brackets for the past couple weeks, so I'm not sure if there's actually something else. Hold on, let me try to keep these spoilers off screen and also not get spoiled myself. This is Under Night. That's Under Night. That's Grand Blue. We watched Battle Coliseum. I remember that one. Side Games Cup's the Plat. Lagless Cup in Kyoto. Ace. Fight Club Championship. Okay, well, I've looked now at who won all of these. I don't know if any of these have... Alright. Wait, how do I... You know what? How do I... If you don't want to know who wins... I'm gonna fucking spoil it for you, too. You know what? If you don't care... If you care who won gold events from, like, 2 weeks ago, then close your eyes for a little bit, I suppose. But I've seen it. I'm gonna be talking... I guess maybe leave. I'm gonna be talking about it anyway, right? So, haha! No ADHD, lock in, indeed. I treat every Guilty Gear tournament like a sporting event with my eyes glued to the screen. Honestly, maybe I should be doing that shit too, man. This Lagless Cup is actually quite large, right? This gold event right here, 118 entrants, and it's another Lowain W. I have to study the plays Elsa and BSG were doing on that TNS tournament, but I don't know if there's a stream for this. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is. Okay, let's watch that TNS then. This will be interesting, but Gamera second on Meg. Chio on Lowain, Cagliostro, Kasu Usagi again. Yeah, Mr. Fish. Another Meg, huh? 2 Megs in top 8. That is, this is something I have heard a lot of discourse about this character being straight ass. And again, you know me, I'm not gonna go, oh, there's 2 Megs in top 8, she must be good. I mean, there's a Ladiva here too, right? But it's more so, this doesn't sound right to me. I feel like Meg at the very least is like solid, like even if she's not a great character, she's a good character. If people are talking about that character like she's bottom 5, it's crazy. I would be interested in what the actual ideas are there. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's just go to the TNS YouTube channel, probably, right? It's
like the song you say.
Uploaded. Sorry about that, America. Fuck yeah, ignore me. I imagine it's already uploaded here, right? Yes. Arc World Tour Silver ranked qualifier.
A lot more stability for...
Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. And again, let's actually try to lock in as much as we can, okay? Let's actually try to lock in as much as we can. Let's get the top 8, maybe. They talk about Meg like she is the butts. Yeah, and again, I mean, a lot of the people that are saying this are better than I am. So I'm curious. Now, to be fair, I do think it's very important to note that, like, someone can be better at a fighting game and worse at articulating their opinions, or even more biased at forming their opinions or something like that. Like someone worse than me could have a better take on a character's strength or something like that, and so vice versa. But it is still interesting when someone who knows more about the game than you do says something that you go, huh? Like, it's like, because Meg bottom 5 to me is like ridiculous to me. Like, it sounds like I feel like at worst Meg feels like a high tier or something, right? But it seems to not be one guy's opinion. So I am like, and again, a lot of those guys are better than I am at the video game. So I am curious as like, what the fuck could it be? Are they just playing such a different game that I can't conceptualize up there? That the things that I think are good about Meg are actually all entirely OSable or something like that, and weaknesses that I didn't know that she had just they start popping up. Who knows? Who knows? You ever put out a short tutorial about how you go about joining weeklies? Always been anxious to try, not sure how to go about it. Loving the stream, by the way. Oh, I mean, Axel, I can do that. I can do that for you right now. The world's best at very, very solid intuitive frameworks. Their conscious is left to pick up the pieces of what their subconscious already knows. Yeah. But I mean, generally the way you do it, right, is, I mean, most of the time, first off, for a lot of them, tangent count 1. Well, before we get started, that's why I'm doing it before we get started. So Carbio's Dreamland, for example, Grand Blue Weekly that happens every week. It's happening right now, in fact, or Reg is closed, but it's starting soon. You just literally go to the Start.gg page for it. You make an account on Start.gg. Most fighting game tournaments take place here, right? And there will, I mean, check-in is closed for this one, so it's a bad example, but there will be like a join. There'll be like a register button here, and then you register, and then you're in, right? It start basically, yeah. The key is joining. Like all of these tournaments will usually be run over Discord or something like that if they're a weekly, just because how else do you organize people and actually get them to communicate? Set up their rooms, fight each other, resolve disputes, all of that. So join the Discords and then find the Start.gg for the tournament and register for it. And if you don't know just like what ones exist, if you just go, same thing. If you go on Start.gg and you type in Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, like if you search here, I think it's usually, you can just search by like the game, view advanced search. Can I search by game? I think if I just go Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, maybe GBVSR for some of them, right? You could see a couple of things. Tournaments is what I'm looking for. Yeah, so, right. There's a way to sort these, yeah, by next 7 days as well. Or, I guess, is no one fucking doing anything for Christmas next month? Wait, maybe I don't know how to use Start.gg. All games. Oh, select video games. Because you have to, that's how you do it. Grand Blue. There you go, that one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so if you go next week, right, then you can kind of see Carbio's Dreamland, Tatsumaki Tuesdays, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, this might be now probably this. I think this one's in person, right? But yeah, this is like Starlight's beginner bracket. I know that one. Dreamland is happening right now. Magic Pixel again. This online. If the location is online, then you're good. If the location is in person, well, hopefully it's nearby you, right? Paragon is there. These are all in person. Tuco. So I guess in the next week, there's those three. Because I guess, is Curry Cup not happening over Christmas? It might not be. But that's like, for generally 4 games, you go by the game, you find a tournament, right? You sort by the game, you find tournaments in the next week or month, and you go from there. Hope that helps. Anyways, that was our last tangent. That was our last promise. Now, we might not watch this whole thing, because if we are going to be locking in, it's going to take longer. But that was our last tangent. Hey, let's just go to top 8. I'm sorry, Greg. I'm sorry, I don't mean to skip you, Greg. Well, let's just go to top 8. This is still pools. My webcam's getting in the way. Let me do this until I actually find top 8. Pools. Top 16. Top 8 qualifier. Top 8 qualifier. Top 8 qualifier. Is this actually top 8? Winners quarters or semis or something like that? Winners semis! Okay. This is our first actual top 8 match right here, huh? Is Wilness versus Cagliostro, huh? All right, man. Let's put it back to normal speed. Let's see. Characters you play can warp your view on character strength. Absolutely. Okay, so let's actually see. Let me try and figure out what the hell is going on.
As we get into it proper,
try and see if there's anything we can notice. If it's stuff that I don't know about, then well, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But we can at least go like, hey, I noticed that a lot of this is happening. I wonder why, right? Have some questions. Maybe it comes out. Maybe it comes out that like, what? Maybe it comes out that like some of it is just coincidence, right? And it's like, oh, yeah. It seemed like they were matching a lot here. Was that intentional or not? Maybe it wasn't, right? Or maybe they're just guessing and it worked. But good luck, Brick. Thanks, Asim. Maybe we can figure some stuff out. Feed for free? That's what I'm saying. I have not watched that Wilness intro. I don't think. I've only seen the one where he's a dragon and then he's not a dragon. Okay, sure. Yeah, clearing the traps gets hits. Why are all the dragons goon central? I mean, Because they're all hot.
Level 5 rock?
If you were this hot, would you not also? I appreciate the quick tangent. That was helpful. Yeah.
That Elsa is
Ooh, okay. Yeah. What the? Wait, why didn't that combo? Pretty obvious to me. He has a lot of feet fan service. Yep. Rock. Smacking the rock out of the way and then recovers in time to punch the teleport. That doesn't... Oh, yeah. That only links... For Willness, that only links off crouching far L, right? I think you have to do close L into... I mean, when you see a Willness especially, right? Willness or Ladiva, we got to lock in even more so, right? But I think Willness, he only gets the 2-2H on the crouching hit. What's good? Bricolo Asta. He only gets the 2-2H on the crouching hit. So, that's why this whiffs, right? I think you would have had to do it right out of the close L for it to actually work. Or if you get counter hit, far L standing, then it works. But obviously, he was mid combo there. Okay, sure. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of... Is that the most damage you can do off of that hit? Maybe. I mean, the medium DP is nice because it gets you the raw super at the end, but... Almost looks like it was like the camera Oki setup for a second, which I have to... My intuition will be that the camera Oki setup is less damage, but you get better Oki off of it. But what if Willness lost his Dragon Punch? Do you mean his DP or Hadron? Because they are both Dragons punching. Uh-oh. Yep. That's a lot of damage. It's Willness. That's true. But it's a lot of... it's even more than I expected for what I would assume would be like a worse combo for damage. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. I mean, when someone gets hit or loses their turn, just like we were analyzing people's replays, right? If there's something... Hey, I'm in this top 8, yo. If there's something to learn, a lot... I mean, not all of it is going to come there. Like, it might also be in the moments where nothing happens, right? In, like, the why is he doing nothing here? But at least the most surface level analysis is going to be, you know, someone gets hit, loses their turn, etc. It's going to be something to find here. Jumping out of the corner is something that I see happening a lot. Just in general, people do it a lot. Now, against Willness, you are sort of you're sort of encouraged to do this against Willness because of the fact that the kind of like Hadron bullying chip nonsense. You really have to do some kind of thing like this preemptively. You have to preemptively roll or spot dodge or something like that because Light Hadron is like 16 frames. So you're not going to react to that and do something in 15 probably. So, and I guess of all of those things, if you're Cagliostro especially, jumping is probably the safest thing to do because you can be tricky with it. You can do like U trap places. You can do, you know, U spare bodies. He doesn't have the cooldown for the actual spare body there, but he can do like the U skill. I say he obviously also is kind of using the royal.
Yeah, you gave up the corner there. That's
out. Actually, Elsa is she, right? I've never gotten like every time I ask people, I get a different answer, and I think this means people don't fucking ask her. I think her pronouns are she her though, right? I think. Elsa she. Thank you. I really should have that under control earlier, but I feel like I got like one or two people that were just wrong and said they them early on, and it completely fried my brain.
I'm getting rid of the trap.
Out. Big W said to make sure because I'm drunk and the 5 in the name confused me. Yeah. I also had very little health at this point. So you could take this sort of risk as well, and yeah, Kag with 50 meter at that distance is a guess because of ult trap, like you said. Yeah. So the jump makes sense there, I suppose, right? Similar thing right here too. Obviously no meter there, but at least does have the spare body. Okay, sure. Spot dodging the Willness knee. We know this to be true.
I'm getting rid of the trap.
Close L block the Brave counter. This is normal stuff. We understand this stuff. That's just good play.
Oh my god!
Nice, man. Willness 2U to clear the trap though. Like 2U into something like that. Because the trap hits the Cag, right? Sure. What got caught by the jab here? Oh, backdash the throw. Yeah, this is something that, like, as this kind of a general Grand Blue fundamental, right? This is backdashing throws is something that I am curious about because is it just if you have an aerial backdash, right? Which, you know, a character like Willness does, a character like Ladiva does, a character like Cag does, I think. A lot of the ones that go really, really far tend to be grounded, right? If you think about Luane's or Belial's or Meg's, right? The backdashes themselves cover a huge amount of distance, but the sort of balancing factor for that is that they aren't airborne. There's still throw invuln, but what I mean when I say airborne is that if you like 6/6L them out of it or something like that, you get a grounded combo. You can go straight up 6XL, close M, full damage, murder, right? But if you aren't one of those kinds of characters, is it just always better to do this? Maybe in the corner, there's an argument that, you know, again, it's easier to catch a backdash because you're just vulnerable for more frames than, say, a delay tech with 2L or throw or something like that. Well, yeah, because with the like 2L delay tech, you're only vulnerable for like 4 frames, right? Until, well, 5 frames until it starts up, and then at that point, you're either basically hitting them or they're blocking it because it's already started up. Now you could get crushed as well, I suppose, right? So it's like 6 or 7 frames. Yes. That you're vulnerable for there versus the backdash, you're vulnerable for the full 18. But it is also significantly higher reward if you backdash a throw compared to like 2L teching it, right? You get this full combo like this. And a lot of the times, I mean, he goes close L right here. I'm pretty sure he could have done way more. Like, he's being safe here too, right? Like, let me boot up the game. I feel like most of the time, if you backdash a throw, you're double digits plus, correct? I'm B5's out of pure curiosity, so I don't know how BC works. Why didn't they punish the baited BC? I assume it was punishable. It's not. No, BC's safe on block. It's -2. So if you block a BC like that, it's your turn, but you're not gonna get a full punish. You probably could have close M'd at least. Yeah. Let me just. I do want to run this again. We're gonna actually be we're gonna actually be exploring ideas here. But my point is, in the mid screen, in particular, if you have an airborne backdash and you are in the mid screen, is it always the best thing to do against throw, like on average? Or am I missing something there? Because there, Galleon is also grounded. Yeah. There, what you could do is, right, if you get hit, you're gonna kind of bounce out, and it's not gonna be too bad if you get 6XL'd or something, right? You're just gonna kind of bounce and tech. They'll get some Oki on it, sure, but I mean, they hit you. That's, in the grand scheme of things, for them hitting you, it's not so bad. And, you know, if they actually throw and it whiffs, you're fine. And if they don't catch you, you kind of, like, get some space back. Is it just the best thing to do all the time? I got here early today? Something like that. But real quick, just out of curiosity, like, yeah, right? I mean, in the corner like that? I mean, like, yeah, that's about as... I'm trying to figure out, well, let me have her do this. It'll be a little easier to, yeah, there you go. That was not quite it, but that's, we can do the math on this, but I'm stupid and lazy. I guess, okay, backdash, we can do the math on this. Backdash is throw invul on frame 3? Is that correct? Backdash is throw invul on frame 3. And that's the startup. So the early, like the latest you could backdash something will be if their throw and your backdash started on the exact same frame, right? Then you'll be, or actually, I guess you could do it 1 frame later, right? Like you could start your backdash 1 frame later than they started their throw, right? I think we got that actually accidentally the first time. So right there, the least plus you could be after this is plus 13. Yeah, the least, like, if you successfully backdash the throw, the least plus you could possibly be, if you were any less plus than this, you just got thrown. You didn't backdash in time, right? So the least plus you could possibly be is plus 13. Yeah, man. So, like, it's on frame 3. Fuck, throw protection exists. I legit never noticed. Yeah. I mean, pre-jump, like, jump is invincible on frame 1, right? But yeah, so you can always close H after those. Grim as well is grounded, which is funny. Yeah. So that's a very interesting note right here. Is he could have actually, I mean, he could have gotten big boy damage on this, but obviously, you know, you're in tournament, you're always going to do the optimal thing. Like, in theory, I'm pretty sure, again, I don't think I'm doing this math incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, we're doing it on the same frame right there. I'm plus 14. I could do it 1 frame less. That'll make me plus 13. And even if you just do the math on it, if we shift it over 1, we go from frames 2 to frame 20, right? And then they have 32 total frames. Yeah, so on frame 20, we're actionable, and they're recovered on frame 32. 20 plus the 12 after that is 13. Yeah. So anyway, backdashing throws is something that's really, really interesting. In the mid screen, it feels like it's just the best thing to do, no? I guess I'll walk back. What's today's science? Trying to figure out if delay teching is for idiots. Well, you'd still be fuzzy backdashing, right? Like, it would still be the same idea where, like, on a delay you hit 2L or throw, right? You just be on a delay hitting backdash. I do wonder if that can get you in trouble in ways that 2L'ing or throwing can't. Because if you get called out on your throw, like, it feels like it's at least got to be better than this, right? It's at least got to be just better than doing this. Because if you get called out on, well, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe we're just going to spend this whole fucking thing analyzing, like, 3 interactions, but this is important stuff for me to think through, right? If the option that beats throw, this backdash, is kind of like a, or even like a walk back or something, it is a decommitment, right? Like, they're doing something that isn't what they would normally want to do, aka just running offense, right? They want to run in and hit you. That's what they're doing. So to beat throw, they have to kind of like, they do have to like step away. They have to do something that is giving up. Like, if you're not throwing here, I always just get told to take the throw. Theoretically, yeah, sure, like, but like, when you have an option select for it, if you're not, in Street Fighter 6, where it's like, you're just, you know, a throw loop is like a 50-50, sure, you have to take the throw and you have to think about the risk reward and stuff like that. When there's option selects, you can do a little bit more than just taking the throw. Like I said, you gotta remember pre-jump's a forced crouch, there's a risk backdash, doesn't incur unless you're caught early. Pre-jump, oh yeah, pre-jump is crouch, isn't it? If you hit someone in their pre-jump frames. Right? That's actually a good point. But just real quick, comparing it, I think it is better than jumping for sure, right? It's better than jumping. I'm talking about comparing it to like the more traditional delay text, right? Like just like a fuzzy match like this or a fuzzy throw like this. To beat throw, you have to walk back, you have to backdash, you have to, you have to like decommit in some way, right? Like if you backdash and they don't throw, you have given up your turn. Right? They might not be able to punish you. They might not react in time to punish you. But, in a reasonable reaction time, you could be -1 or 2. Pretty reasonably, right? And if they are, like, looking out for it, then you might actually straight up get punished. If it's like, if this is the #1 thing on their mental stack or something like that. Unlikely, but at the very least, you're probably going to eat a 6XL. You're going to block a 6XL, and your turn is going to be over or something like that. Or you're going to block, like, a far L into a special cancel or something. So teching with throw does kind of have that advantage, right? Where it forces them to do that. Whereas, right, teching with like a 2L or something like that, they have to delay a little bit, so it's true, but they just like hit you, right, is how they beat it. And similarly, for a backdash, they have to delay a little bit, but they just kind of like beat you, right? So I think there's value in still teching with throw. It does something different from backdash. It forces them to commit to a different kind of option. The same option that beats fuzzy mash will beat fuzzy backdash, right? If anything, I guess the difference still, though, is that normally when you're fuzzy mashing, you're crouching, right? So you get like they get a crouching counter hit starter on you versus like an airborne starter on you. Again, assuming you have a grounded or an aerial backdash. If you have a grounded backdash, I guess you'd still just be it wouldn't be a counter hit, right? You would get close H or close M or whatever, but it'll be a regular hit, not a counter hit. So it's still better, but it's significantly better if you're airborne, right? Because then if you're airborne like this and you get hit, like I can hit you pretty hard still, especially if my ass is playing Wellness, but it is going to be significantly less damage than if I had gotten the same hit on you grounded, right? I assume. Does that kind of bear out in general? I'd assume that's the case. I mean, surely if I get a counter hit close H like this, I can make it hurt more for you if you are grounded than if you are airborne, right? It's also just a more awkward combo. Like, I'm not going to be doing the same kind of combo that I've always labbed out. Definitely less damage, right? Though, I mean, in Wellness's particular, I mean, close H in particular, I guess, does. You can just close H, do. Well, it's not going to be counter hit, though. It's not, hold on, it's not going to be counter hits either, right? That is something to remember. Yeah, it's not going to be counter hits. So, no, yeah, it's definitely a lot better to get hit like this than it is to, yeah. No, I mean, that's not that much of a difference, I suppose, right? I mean, when I look at that, for example, they took less damage, sure, but it's still a lot, right? It is still a lot. I mean, that was like still, like, Wellness hits you for like 11k if he gets the counter hit close H. Getting the airborne close H here is, I mean, damn near the same, it feels like. It's slightly better for Cagliostro. It's 11k, right? So you got hit for 11k. So it's not that much better, but again, it is still a weirder combo, right? It is still a weirder combo. You also got to keep in mind you're only doing the backdash if you're okay with the risk of getting killed anyways, because you can't tech with a backdash, so it's more of a preemptive option in a sense. Yeah. So it can depend character to character. Maybe you're right, but I guess the risk is actually, I guess, worse. What's even the counterplay for Wellness, man? Scary. Generally keep him away from you. Like, yeah. Generally, you try to keep them away from you. But, yeah, I suppose the risk for backdash is significantly higher than the risk for 2L. Yes. I never do backdash in this situation, low-key. Well, me too, but I'm thinking it might just be a lot better, right? Because, yes, the risk is a lot worse. You take a little bit less damage, but again, you're vulnerable for 18 frames versus 5, right? Maybe 6, depending. You're vulnerable for 6 frames here and 18 here, so it is significantly easier to find a timing that catches the backdash. But also, I mean, teching, if you actually tech a throw with strike, it kind of sucks, right? Like, you take some damage and nothing, you get put into, like, a RPS situation that's negative for your -6, right? Whereas when you tech it with the backdash, again, you get a guaranteed, no matter if it works successfully, that means you get a close H. So, I mean, yes, it's high risk, high reward, but, like, that risk difference, it's the same. If you have the health, I'd go for it, especially on someone like Willness. I do it, but I do mix-up options. Yeah, I guess it depends on how good your back-to-the-wall combos are going to be if it's not a counter hit, right? Like, obviously, Willness, you know, he can do this, right? So, I mean, it's pretty good, right? 8k damage versus taking some damage myself and being minus. Would backdash be a better option mid-screen instead? Yeah, so mid-screen, I feel like it's just better, right? I feel like backdash mid-screen is just better. Because if you get hits, like say they like 6XL your backdash or something, right? That happens. If you have an airborne backdash, yeah, they're going to get some Oki on you probably, but like taking 600 damage and some minus frames for getting hits, this is like a better situation than like teching the throw with 2L, right? Maybe it's a little, I should do this on Eustace. This is a free red nade combo. Yeah. Is every backstep grab immune? Yes. Not all of them are airborne, but they are all grab immune. Also, Cassie, hello there. I'm sick as hell. Hello. So I am being a little disingenuous towards 2L because there are times where it can lead, it can lead to a combo too, right? There are times where your 2L can like counter hit them on their way in and you could still get a combo, right? It will be a worse one, right? It will be a worse one, but it's not like this never leads to a combo. It certainly can. But I don't know. It feels to me like there's an argument that maybe your quote-unquote safer tech, and I say safer, right? Maybe your safer tech is this one, and your more high-risk one is just backdashing like this, right? It's something. I started playing this game. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm glad to hear, man. It's a fun game. That's why I used to hear a lot of Leader players complain about backdashes. Yeah, in the mid-screen, at least, I think it is definitely valid, right? Because what happens? Like, they have to hard call out your back. Ladiva has had this problem forever, right? She has to hard call out your backdash with, like, U-Lariats or something like that to actually get some reward off of it. Or, like, 2U can still be okay, but obviously 2U is risky. In the mid-screen, I guess walking back could be something, right? Walking back could be actually, like, a potential contender with backdash as well, right? Where it loses to lows, but it'll beat most throws, and it'll block anything. Right, so you're probably mixing something between like walking back and backdashing, depending on how confident you feel in the mid-screen. But doing like the normal sort of delay tech just feels wrong, yeah? It feels like your risk reward is so skewed here. Your videos are very helpful, thanks, man. How good is canceling close normals to 6/6H to reset pressure? Is it on par with doing a normal into the average 6XL, or is it easier to stop? Oh, for Willness, this is way worse, because there's a huge gap here, right? This is like, especially fighting a character with a meterless DP, this is a very, like, it's a 30 frame reaction check, right? If they can just DP it, right, on reaction medium DP or something, it's very easy to stop. You can do it, certainly, but it's not the same thing. Like, it's a significantly bigger gap in between than, like, doing a normal, even letting that normal fully recover and then 6XLing, like this or something, is gonna be a significantly smaller gap, right? Like, this is basically a 6 + 9 is the 17 frame gap. This is a 30, right? You have 30 frames to see this. Yo, my man, y'all got any of them Galleon tips? I'm locked in. We're locking in. But yeah, so backdashing throws is something I don't do at all, and I feel like I should do it more often, right? Backdashing throws is something I don't do at all, and I feel like I should do it more often. Lick it. In the mid-screen, some mix of backdash and walk back just feels like the correct thing to do. Like, it feels like the regular sort of like fuzzy mash or something is, I mean, maybe just worse. If throw is the option, I guess, that you're more concerned with. But in the corner, I don't know. You already learned the save jumps of Willness, Brick? Maybe not.
Bad, you're dead.
What happened here? Why'd they get smacked here?
We close heavy. What are we doing? Sorry about it. Elsa on
The
2v,
actual
but
close
we
age
backed
match?
right now.
That's definitely could have died
Don't
here,
worry about
right?
it.
Or
Elsa on 2v,
oh no,
but
she
we
couldn't.
backed
Didn't quite have the
close
meter.
heavy.
I thought.
What are
Never
we
mind. Never
doing?
mind. Sure, spot dodgy.
Good spot dodge.
Save jab steps are better to learn to save than save jumps for wellness. 'Cause you can save jab UDPs, right? The weird freak.
Spot dodge.
Is it just? Oh, how interesting.
Good spot dodge.
Huh. I don't know if that's like a super consistent thing to have happen. But I mean, it is notable, right? Something to keep in mind with wellness, at least, is it is definitely a lot better to just do shit like this, where you just like walk back and then you 5U. If you're fighting a character without a meterless DP, like Cagliostro, it's significantly better, right? It's a lot harder to stop this by matching 2L. A lot of the times is gonna miss, right? If depending on how wellness has spaced it. So you do have to like 4M or 2M or something like that. And that gets significantly harder to do on reaction compared to just DPing that shit. So, what's this? It's the TNS Silver Tournament from last weekend. I just want to see a big body win a Grand Blue tourney one day. I mean, you know,
Wellness player ever.
it'll happen. Probably, maybe. There's a whole dragon doing a flying dragon kick. It's true.
This character has
6-6 works like 5U, works primarily because of the primal fear the average big body in close range inflicts upon people. Yes, yeah. You can get away with it, but it's, you know.
Tab over that low hex.
It's an interesting option only because he probably did 5U because usually blocking low far is normal. Yes, regardless of 5U would have been safe. Yeah. But yeah, notably, like it also would have been a lot easier to stop if he was fighting a character with, if fighting like another wellness that could DP that shit or something.
Wellness should be.
Let's see.
You know what?
Sure, yeah.
Not fair.
This got
Wellness should be able to activate
neutral
those
jumped,
high
murdered.
hexes.
It's a lot of damage. Cagliostro is going to Cagliostro you. Sure.
Susia doesn't either. Oh my goodness.
Throwing out
What
that
world
knee.
do we live in?
We should buff Cagliostro is what I'm hearing.
Sometimes I do backdash in the corner when I'm 2 behind. Sometimes you gotta take those high risk, high reward gambles. I'm more curious of like,
That sounds like a positive.
it's not that much. It's not that much riskier than 2L, and the reward is significantly higher. And it's not even that much riskier than throw. Like, it is certainly, but
We still had combo.
I do wonder. I do wonder about it sometimes. It was one of those things that like feels scary, but it's a lot better to do than you might think. Okay, sure. Spiked. TNS replays are fun for any game. Using watching my Marvel vs. Capcom 3 team. See how it could play differently. So true. Rolling.
I just want to clean up this mess.
I am presumably. Not sure if that was a far H or something. Does CAG far H stop roll? I don't know. The DO5U be infinitely worse. Should explode you off a bunch of other starters. Yeah, and it's still really bad. Thoughts? But it'll be a lot. Yeah, Ladiva is one of the only characters that could even get away with even somewhat having her 5U in there. But you can roll CAG far H? Okay, yeah. So maybe that's what he was trying to do, but it just ended up being 6XL and he got mogged. Sure.
Side swap.
Oh, okay.
Should work.
Something in general, I think, is valuing 100 meter, right? Having 100 meters so you can reaction super things or reaction, or even like this, where, you know, you kind of like super out of pressure or something. It is something that I don't think about often enough. What we talk about, you know, it's very useful to have a meterless DP, for example. For, you know, if Sora's dash punches at you, or if someone, you know, Wilderness does his 50-50 or something like that. Someone commits to a move in your general direction. Being able to just, you know, reaction DP that and get them off you is really nice. What if that DP did 6,000 damage and took Brave points away, right? It's a real, there's an argument that, like, even, you know, just remaining at 100 meter to have that option available to you is probably something I should be respecting more, right? And if my opponent has 100 meter, I have to respect the fact that they could do that to me. I get caught with that shit all the time, because I don't really think about it. Wellness Super is very good for it, too. Yeah. Both of them.
Especially this light.
There's 668 reset, by the way. Plus again. Oh, okay. I mean, this is we know this about Wellness already. We did our deep dive, but interesting that he didn't quite. Is this is really not spaced out far enough, huh? Yeah. He does 2L after here too. Wellness is +2. Wellness is +2 after this 2-2M if it doesn't meaty. His fastest normal he can do after this is 6 frames. Throw is 4 frames, which means it's essentially 6 because Wilness is +2. Throw beats any normal if they happen on the same frame. That's why he gets no escaped here. Off the camera OK setup, or off of, like, if you just go a little further back, isn't it +1? It's +2. But he does just die still, right? +2 is not enough if you don't have a 5 frame close out, right? +2. But it's not enough. He has to mediate. If he's far enough away, it can be +3 or +4, right? If I hit her from like here, here, right? It's +4, but he has to be spaced out because it's real far too. He wasn't quite. It's further out than the range where 5U is safe, for example, right? Like 5U is already not in throw range here, right? Like if I just went backdash, walk back, 5U, right? But if I did that same thing and I 2-2M'd, it's only +2, right? You have to be further out for 2-2M to actually be plus than you do for 5U to be safe. And I think actually the range at which 2-2M is no longer going to fuck you, 5U might start whiffing. But your opponent knows to grab 2-2M in the corner, you can just backdash. Yeah, but at that point, you're sort of RPSing on your own plus. Like, it's not a good situation necessarily. Yes, there's counterplay to it, but the fact that, you know, I hit you with a 32 frame startup move, you blocked it, and now I'm RPSing to avoid you just killing me on my own offense, it's not a great situation for him. But yeah, you're not just fucked necessarily. Ladiva has had a very similar problem. It's unfavorable RPS, yeah. Ladiva has had a very similar problem with medium headbutt forever. I know people are usually really scared to anti-air Wilness. His JU is really annoying, right? Actually, yeah, let's talk about why. What is it with this thing? Because what is it with Wilness JU that is so good? Is it? I mean, it's not super disjointed, right? It's big. Like the hitbox is big and active. Is that really just what it is? It's just a big active hitbox all the way down. So like, if you are a little too early or late with your 2H, it's like, it's not like a, you know, it's not like this JH where it's like it can whiff, you know what I mean? It's the active hitbox. That makes sense. Like if you're a little too early or too late with your 2H, you just die. It's barely disjointed enough and super active. I guess it is slightly disjointed, yeah. I mean, you can see, right? The hitbox is slightly bigger than the hurtbox. It's 100% the active hitbox. Yeah, so I guess the timing, like if you're not going to DP this, again, if you have a meterless DP, then amazing, cool, awesome, right? But if you're not going to DP this, it just becomes active all the way down. If you're slightly off in the timing with anything, it will kill you, right? I would suppose. I've never had an issue with it in comparison to Sandy's, so I don't know. I mean, I guess the difference is that, you know, most of the time, if Sandy's is way better. Well, if Sandy does his, like this thing is, well, I guess no. Willis could probably hit you on the way up with this too, can he? Because the problem is, if Sandy isn't careful with his, he's like hella punishable off of it, right? This maybe also, like if I do, yes, okay, it can have a similar problem. Sandy is worse, honestly. Yeah, it can have a similar problem, but it's not. It's harder to do, right? It's a lot easier to get yourself into trouble with Sandy's JU, right? And Sandy's also isn't active all the way down like that, yeah. So you have to like, Sandy's has an element of timing to using it, I suppose. Sandy also does not gib you off of it. I mean, yeah, he will get a combo in certain cases and certain timings and stuff like that. But yeah, Wilness will always just, it's Wilness, right? Getting hit by this is a bit of a problem, certainly. He doesn't always get close H off of it, seemingly, but it's not the kind of thing that, yeah, it's not the kind of thing you want to make a habit of getting hit by, certainly. Sandy's a better jump in, but it's also not plus most of the time. Yeah, yeah. It's probably just more, this is probably more brain dead to use as well, right? Like you literally just JU. Like Sandy's, you have to think about the timing and stuff like that. Here you just literally jump and you JU and it's just, it either works or it doesn't. Slightly disjointed, huge and high reward, I guess. People doing Rising JL, like this JU sometimes me second guess myself and think I'm not sure if I can 2H this in time. Yeah, yeah. I got another one of those things, right? Wilness, another one of those things where you fight a character without a meterless DP. That's a lot harder to deal with, certainly.
In a lot of cases, because you put yourself in very vulnerable positions when you're trying to make that forward approach, especially off of dashes. There's a large recovery window there for Wilness.
Gotta sit there and
opportunity for Elsa to get those challenges there.
Wait on an opportunity, I guess, to get in on CAG. Right the traps make it a little annoying. Oh, whoa. Found his chance. Okay.
We also just have the ability to...
That medium knee counter hit was real good, man. I'll see people just letting... messing up the anti-air is not worth the risk. Yeah, exactly.
We spent it on an ultimate.
And I think again that that risk doesn't just come from the fact that Wilness, you know, is Wilness, and if he hits you with this, he's gonna do a billion damage. It's also more that like the problem is also just that it is so active, right? So messing up the anti-air is just much more likely as well. You can just be, again, a little too early or too late with your... It's actually better to just do this as soon as I jump. I'll get, like, yeah, I'll be more plus if I just let it rip. It literally, like punishes you for trying to time it. Yeah, just do that shit, and it'll work better. That's really funny. It's +8 earlier, yeah. That's really funny. It's much more likely to mess up because of the fact that it's active the whole way.
Yeah, that's the thing is that...
Is 5U safe on dodge? It always depends, right? If you spot dodge anything early enough, it'll be punishable, but...
Which unfortunately is not...
The recovery frames on it are less than the recovery frames of spot dodge, so in a lot of cases it might be.
That'd be really funny. I think you need...
No.
Looks like it slightly alters his jump arc. Oh,
into this world. Now Arxis has to...
I'd set too.
give life.
Ow. That medium knee guy is really interesting, huh? The most spot dodgeable and reactable of the knees, but also look at that fucking reward in the mid-screen, man. Bro has not even been in the corner once. He's also with 2 mid-screen combos off of like a damn near full-screen knee.
It's real boring, Castile.
But you just gotta be confident in your ability to get their timing, I suppose.
Does more mental damage than you might think.
So here's something, right? Here's where like I just, because you know when you're watching a match, you like think like you're like, especially if I'm playing Wilness, I think about what I would do if I was Castile right here, and I just realized I would die right here. Immediately here I would die, because right around when we get like in like this sort of range, I think I 2-2U, I get SSBA'd, I explode. Do you understand? This is what I'm talking about. I don't care that Elsa has 100 meter here. I should, but I don't, right? I go, oh, if I can swipe their toes with 2-2U here, I could kill them, right? But it should be heavily deprioritized in my head to do anything reactable like that when my opponent has super, right? If you get DP'd for it, who cares, right? If you get DP'd for it, who cares? But if you get supered, you lose the round here. And in fact, in the position that Castile's in, you lose the set entirely. So it's one of those things where it's like, yes, it becomes one of those like unnecessary risks that we talk about, right? Where, yeah, if this hits, I win. If it doesn't, I lose. But like, Castile's not in a scenario right now where he has to do something like that. This is first to 3. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, he's not in a scenario right now where he has to do something, right? Like, it's not like it's so desperate that he has to go for that just coin flip play, where it's like if they react, and I mean, you could argue coin flip's probably weighted coin flip against your favor to react to a U skill, right? With a 1-button super. But that's what I would have done right there, and I would have died, right? The Elsa has the health lead, yeah, right? But I would have viewed it as like, oh, it's not even that big of a risk, right? It's not even that big of a risk. Let's just do it. But again, the reaction super is a really big problem. You should realize you also have the health lead here as Wilness. If Elsa has to play safe for the rest of the round, she loses. That's also true. And you know what? With 17 seconds, another thing I literally just didn't notice until now, right? Yeah, there's only 17 seconds left in the round. So I learned from other fighting games, gotta respect the meter. Some people will reaction super you. Yeah, I mean, especially Granblue, a game with 1-button supers, right? Like 1-button supers in this video game. Super easy to react and do that, right? But yeah, 17 seconds left. Elsa has to do something. That's still Wilness with more health. He has more. Even if they're even, Wilness has more health too, right? No! Oh my god! He wins from here. I don't know why. Him doing uni from this situation is strange. Because even if they have the exact same visual health, Wilness still has more HP, right? Wilness has 17k, Kag has 16. So I think even here, he still actually has more health. But even if he didn't, if it was the exact same, he would have still won. I don't know why he needs here at all. It just seems like... I don't know, man. Just saw the hitbox on Wilness 2H. Why can't anyone I play get that? It's nice, but also Wilness 2H has the problem where he moves forward a bunch, so it can actually have sometimes an issue where he just steps underneath you and makes that shit whiff. But in the moment he may have forgot, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, never punished, because he just does the thing that I was saying earlier anyway. I mean, to be fair, without the super, he doesn't die here, but I mean, if she 2-2U reacts to this, he does lose at the very least. Wilness does have above average HP. He's got the 17k. Why not, man? Sure. Fuck 2-2U.
17k, baby.
17k. That's right. That's damn right. Okay, cool. Sure. Game 3, let's see.
Right, though.
This is why I usually yap. We're not gonna get. We're actually gonna watch like the first 2 sets of this top 8, and then I gotta have to go. It's when you're actually analyzing this shit. I mean, it's cool. I feel like I've already got some things to munch on, some things to think about. Ow, ow.
Folks at home to pay attention to.
Ow,
That
ow.
resource game gonna become a real problem with Elsa.
Interesting, the
Has to
step
do something about it
dash.
here instead of just letting Cassidy passively.
I wonder what the idea was with that.
So for the folks at home to pay attention to, that resource game.
That's interesting. What Willis' step dash is 28? 25. Yeah, that's interesting. I do like this more deep dive into gameplay. Yeah, I mean, again, for the next little bit, we're going to be a little bit more serious about things, right? I guess that's true, because, I mean, CAG is minus after you block the spike, but this is such a large, like, you have to be, I feel like this loses to most things that CAG could do here, right? Like, obviously, if she hits any kind of button, you die for this. And even here, right? She backdashes, but her backdash, even though she's minus, yeah? Like, this is something that is noteworthy, I believe. She's minus, what is it, 2 or 3 or something like that, right? 5. Okay. Yeah, that's even more than I thought, right? But at the end of the day, backdash is 18 frames. This is 25, right? You can essentially think of backdash as being 23 frames, because she's minus 5, but she's still going to recover first, right? So I think that doing the step dash, I mean, maybe you could, if you wanted to chase them down, like if your plan was, if your plan is like I want to catch them backdashing, then maybe it's better to do 66M here, right? I could see that. Like, could that be more realistic, right? Depending on the range. I mean, even, I don't know, it doesn't really it doesn't really catch even from pretty close, right? Yeah, no. It's not really a good idea. I was saying, like, maybe use 66M and then, like, you can at least, you know, stick out and clash with some buttons or something like that, but nah. It doesn't really travel a distance that you might want to travel here, right? Really, your best bet, if you really want to chase, is probably just to do that. Like, that would be knee, yeah. Like, Wellness, in most places that you would think, like, if you were not Wellness, if you were another character that had a 6XL, you would 6XL here is what you would do, right? In most cases, I think, where you would want the 6XL on another character, Wellness H and E will generally cover that for you. The problem is you got to use that cooldown, right? Maybe it will be worth it to do L knee here, right? L nerd. Maybe it'd be worth it to just do L knee, right? Not get that much reward probably, but at least if your whole plan is just to close, oh, but it can whiff. That's tough. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, so maybe you could just do L knee if your whole plan is just to close on Cagliostro, but it can whiff easily. Obviously, M won't, but it's slow enough that if she does anything that isn't backdashing, right? If she does anything that isn't backdashing off of this, I die, right? Maybe Uni could work. I guess we gotta spend meter, right? But yeah, Uni, I mean, Uni's fast enough, it'll almost beat buttons that she sticks out too. Like, it will beat her. What is the attack level on Wellness you need? Is it crush far H's? I think so, right? I think it's 6/6H. The knees are all 6/6H attack level as far as I know. Hold up. Drank. Headshot. Drank. Sit down. Drank. I'm pretty sure the other knees are all 6/6H attack level. So I assume this one is 2. Counter. I'm not getting the... There you go. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, from... Uni is interesting there. It would have even... If she far H, they would have crushed it. Which would have been... Maybe he was so far away. Maybe it wasn't even... Maybe even far H. Dust Loop? Yeah, Dust Loop is usually not right, in my experience, about clash levels. They... I think they sometimes get them confused with attack levels, and it's the data that is not... multiple times I found Dust Loop to be incorrect on that. Great website, but... That's the one thing that I found them kind of unreliable on. I mean, I guess the distance that you're at matters too, right? All knees are 6/6H level? Gotcha. Like, from this distance, you could be... Are you going to go over the rest of this next stream? Next Grand Blue stream, probably, yeah. We could do this next Sunday for sure. I think this is interesting for sure. This is something that I can learn from, something I'm interested in doing. We'll still be here for like another hour, but I just think in that hour we'll get through maybe one more set, just with the pace that we're currently moving at. That is Micropeen. People will tell you that his name is Micropene. It's not true. It's not true. It's Micropeen. He might tell you his name is Micropene. He's lying to you. It's Micropeen. He's just embarrassed. At this spacing, I guess probably like a zoning far H is something you might be worried about Elsa doing here. Backdash to gain more space is something you might be worried about Elsa doing here. Maybe like Elsa has been jumping a lot in neutral. Dreamland does start soon. You could watch that as well. Yeah. Also has been jumping a lot in neutral to beat a lot of the knees that Castile's been repping. Knee is on cooldown here, notably, but knee you could still use. It'll be less damage, but like if your whole goal is just to close distance or get hit or something like that, or get a hit, right, then it could still be worth it. I feel like, I'm not sure, like it's an awkward spacing for him, right? I'm just trying to decide if I want to keep watching for that hour or go lay down. Hey, I mean, up to you. It's an awkward spacing for Wellness here. I am curious, how far does 22H reach, and how fast is it again? It reached, like, yeah, but it's not quite, it would lose to buttons, right? I recommend watching Mars for Wellness stuff. Interesting. It would lose to buttons, right? Uni does seem like it's kind of your, yeah, 2-2 is a little slower, right? 2-2 is a little slower. And the on-block situation and certain, it seems like if you wanted like just a safe option here, you would probably just, like, Uni would beat most things that CAD could realistically do here. She'd have to do an option that would be worse otherwise, explicitly to beat Uni. She'd have to, like, Far M here or something, right? Actually, with Far M, her Far M is 8 frames? Yeah, that would beat it. But Far H would lose, 2M would lose. I think 2M would be 10 frames at that distance. Which one of hers, is it her Far M or her 2M that's real slow at distance? I think it's her 2M, right? Yeah, 2M is the one that's 9 frames at distance, not 10. That's my bad. Oh, no, Far M is 10. 2M is 8 up close, and then it goes to 9. And then it goes to 10 even, I think, right? If you go all the way. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so Uni is actually a pretty good, like, in this kind of awkward spacing, I feel like Uni could be good. Nothing is always a valid option. I feel like the step dash there, maybe I'm missing, the reason I've been going into this in so much depth is I'm like, is there a good reason to step dash there? I feel like it's not really good, right? I feel like that may have just been Castile making a mistake at the end of the day, right? You always have to leave, you gotta leave a lot of room here for people to just be like, you know, just doing the wrong thing. That's okay, right? Don't assume that everything was done with a lot of, for a perfect reason and stuff like that. You might have just tried something that didn't work.
The heavy calculated.
Haven't had time to compete in a while, but my return is 9. The return of Micro P. Out. Recommend watching Mars for wellness stuff. Interesting. That's a lot of medium knee. One of the most interesting things about this, like, you know, part of this obviously is I just want to look at, you know, how high level players play Granblue in general. But if there's a wellness on screen, you know, I'm gonna be interested in the wellness. That's a lot of M knee that he's doing, right? Is it just a risk reward thing? Like, is it just the risk reward of, like, you know, if it gets blocked, you're safe. If it gets hit, like, or if he gets, like, spot dodged and thrown, it's not the worst thing in the world, and probably, like, on average, the worst thing that's gonna happen to you is get thrown. And if it hits, wellness gets like 5k and some corner carry. I would assume Castile loves to MD. Yeah. Evil Cagliostro versus morally righteous wellness. Real and true. It feels like an amount of MD that I would not fuck with, but I wonder if maybe I should fuck, like, maybe not this much MD, but a little bit more MD might be something to look into, right?
Shouts to Dwayne, giving Elsa her second game.
All right, sure. Faded.
Who knows?
Okay.
See if Castiel can really.
Yeah, the 2-2s are interesting too, right? Wellness, they are kind of Wellness's stand-in for a 6-6M, right? Like, if you think about, boop, they're not that fast though, is the problem. Yeah. My hope is people will lab grabbing M knee. I mean, even if you expect people to be like, you know, they're gonna grab it, I feel like it's not getting away with murder. I think that, like, I would assume maybe that the idea is, like, even if I get thrown, like, I will get more damage for hitting you, or even I will get in and be minus, which is still okay for me if I hit you, right? And if you block it, versus if you actually do the correct counterplay, right? Maybe it's a thought like that. And, like, if it's a little close, it's not like it's the easiest reaction in the world, but yeah, the 2-2s are interesting. Again, Wellness is sort of stand-in for, like, a 6-6M. Wellness is stand-in for a 6-6M, a low-hitting 6-6M, but they're not super fast, right? Like 20 frames. 20 is the same on the 2-2H as well. The 2-2U is faster. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not fast. It's actually easier to react to because of the slowdown, right? I think it's about 24. But, like, in-game, if you're talking about, like, it, you know, catching someone out or something like that in a backdash, it's faster. It's interesting to think about them as, like, pokes like that, right?
Get that high aggression from Wellness here, it's kind of hard to stop.
Probably 2-2. I mean, if 2-2L is the same speed as 2-2H, and from distance, probably the same rewards too.
corner.
Probably more, and 2-2L is also safe. It's probably just worth it to swing out the 2-2L like that, but
Keeps it. Gotta be careful. of
as
the
Zaydan is
overhead.
doing light parry and taking them to corner for it. Yeah, I mean, meterless reversals are very, very good to have against characters like Wilness. Any character that has like one of these neutral skips, if you can just DP it on reaction,
Yeah,
it makes it
there's other speed up,
significantly
there's
easier to
ultimate.
deal with
Just
versus
gotta
having to
have
actually
block it.
throw it or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
and that was so multi-layered.
But in a matchup like this, where CAG can't just DP it fairly, or easily, freely, is a mix of M specials and H specials to keep them on their toes, reacting to the yellow H special flash. Might be, also. Hard to say. Hard to say. It's something that it could do anyway. Even if none of this is Castiel's intention, you can at least try and think about, okay, what, you know, not even analyzing it for the point of why is he doing this, but why might he be doing this? Where could there be value in this kind of?
Called out the BC. Oh, Castiel. Caught really good.
By the way, big trap, if I'm not mistaken, you can roll through. CAG U trap?
That's it.
Oh, yes, yeah. You're not going to get past it, but it just won't hit roll, right? It doesn't hit low enough.
Oh, no.
That makes sense. I never thought about that. Also, 2U SSBA, the classic.
Scramble state, they're still kind of
Can you not
flustered.
le punch zone CAG?
Caught scrambling in front of
We're talking about, like, Hadron stuff in the corner. Oh, yeah, this is a weird show. I feel like this is not good, right? I'll be very curious to see why he's doing this, but I feel like you're just not, you're never plus enough to do this, right? Here, especially, like, Knee's on cooldown even, right? Like, this feels like, even M-Knee, brother, M-Knee will be better than this. Far H is scary enough to contest Hadron. It depends. You can certainly have spaces where you can Hadron from outside of where she can, from where she can Far H you, for sure. It's a big-ass fucking special, but scared doing any special because Elsa might super on reaction. I guess that's fair. It's another, again, I'm not taking it into, account, right? But I mean, do you not, if Elsa Twitch reacts to step dash, he's safe though? Does he not get supered for this too? Like, I guess you're saying there's not like the big flash, there's not a big orange flash here, but does he not get Twitch react supered for this as well? Or is it react, you know? Does he recover in time to, is that what he's trying to do? Because this is the second time he does this, so I have to assume he's got a reason. Like, are you telling me that, like, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's getting punished most of the time. Yeah, I don't think this is really safe, right? Super beats dash. Yeah, I think this is just a bad habit. Like, again, it's, you know, I want to look at things and see like, oh, that's cool. What could that be doing? You know, why could that be the case? That looks like a bad habit to me. I think he thinks, maybe it's like he feels more plus after that EX spike than he is. Because he did it twice. The only 2 times he did it like that were after EX spike, after he blocked EX spike, where he's +5, right? And he died both times. Nier? Oh, it's Iago. What the hell is Iago doing in here? In my winter semis with Nier? Maybe he was doing the funny and was going to dash in DP? I guess so.
Deer's down.
Okay, so no Wellness or Ladiva on screen. So we're just going to be just kind of seeing general stuff, what they might be doing here. Trying to find... Yeah, sure, fine. Charlotte does not get a save jump off her parry, and you can't even save jump near like that anyway. So it's a parry DP, right? Parry reversal, rather. Sure. Ow, ow. Far M poking, deathless near. That is... Why did he do that? Because I could see this. Iago asked if Nier's a good matchup against Charlotte in the Twitch chat before locking in the choice for the game. I could see this if the Deathless gauge was a little bit lower, right? Because, like, if Nier is on, like, 30% Deathless gauge or something, then it's like, who cares? Honestly, if you hit the 668, she dies, and if you don't, she does auto combo into 5U. But outside of this, I have to assume he did this on accident, right? This is like this is just horrible here, I would have to think. I don't think he wanted that, yeah. I mean, you want to talk about unnecessary risk. I don't know. I don't think so. No, I will say, he didn't, I don't know if Iago just wasn't, he didn't really take that much for this. He did get side swapped into the corner, I guess. Can Nier not do better than that? She can, right? I know she didn't have super, but like, that, was it that bad? Can Nier really not? She can? Okay. I'm like, that was, because he took nothing for that, which it was almost like it's not even that bad. It kind of felt like he did get auto combo to 5U by near. Whoa, dude, that's cool. This is something that I respect people jumping. This is something that I talked about, right? I think of this game in turns way too often, right? Like something that happens to me, like I think of it in too fair and like bartered of a way, right? In the sense of like, okay, you know, I stuck out my far M, let's say, right? And you, actually, it makes it a little hard to jump one with far M. Let's say 2M, right? You jump, right? I stick out my 2M, you jump over it. I go, okay, you got me, right? Like, you did the thing that beat the thing that I was doing. All right, you get a turn now, right? But I think that's a little too respectful. Like, I think I should be doing shit like that more often. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to phrase this in words that make sense to you guys exactly. But to me, it is basically that idea. Like, the way I view it in my head is like, oh, they did the right thing, therefore they deserve the spoils they got off of it, right? I did a move that can be jumped over. They jumped it, therefore I have to sit there and take my lumps like a good boy. But it's just most of the time it's not true, right? A lot of the time it's just not the case. And especially with jumping, which is quite a commitment, right? A lot of the time it's not the case. Like in this, like the reason I say this because like in this exact situation right here, I think I would be like, you know what? You're plus, you jumped over me. I'm just gonna let you have it. But not Yago, sorry, Zerom immediately challenges, right? Like, people get away with a lot against me. Yes, Cheeky, your message got your message got modded because you said you're only minus if you're a bitch. But exactly, people get away with a lot of things because I think I view fighting games in a very binary way, right? I think of RPS as very much a one-phase process, you know? I think of RPS as a one-phase process. Like, RPG brain? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I go, okay, I did rock. Shit, they did paper. That means I have to hold my lumps and, like, find my way out now. But in reality, sometimes it's like, you can do rock, get papered, and then just scissors anyway after you see it. I get what you mean, LMAO. When I was playing Fairy, it used to happen to me a lot with Whiff 2M into light DP. Yeah. Like, sometimes you can just be like, fuck it, right? And even if you can't, having that be the default mindset, right? Instead of just having the default mindset be, all right, what is this one-step RPS we're doing? Oh, I won. Oh, I didn't. Always be looking out for places where you can challenge what I would consider right now unexpectedly, right? Like, this air-to-air to me is an unexpected challenge. This is just not the kind of thing that I would ever do. And it wins there on the round, right? Like, immediately, like, I would go, they're plus, they're airborne, it's gonna be a little freaky, right? Maybe I just let them land with their button and, like, we try and Brave counter out. I have a Brave point lead, whatever, right? When people do BC into DP after it's blocked, yeah, right? It's like, maybe I can just, like, I have the lead, maybe I can slow play a little bit more here, whatever. Nah, sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? No, this is, like, if you have a challenging mindset, like, you have a mindset of, like, I'm going to challenge what you're doing, this is just not real, right? It's just not real. He just jumps, right? Smacks him in the face. I mean, even if you wanted to be even a little safer with it, you could jump air throw. That'll beat basically anything they could do. In worst case, you'd clash with them, right? You could jump, like, back air throw them or something like that. Yeah, and this is not something I would do. It's not something I would ever do. I would think of the situation as too binary. I'm like, they got me in the plus frames. I guess I have to let them take a turn. No, you don't. It's one of my weaknesses. I play too by the book. People start early matching on me when I try to close edge throw bait and be like, I need to do that. Yeah. Too binary of an approach is a great way to describe it. Brick be like, they got us? Yeah, exactly, man. I'm like, yep, you got me. You know what? What if I'm not God? What if I'm not owned? What if I'm not fucking owned? What if I'm not destroyed? Uh-oh. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. This is another thing. Like, this is another great example of this, right? What Yago does right here, I would never do, right? Where I'd be like, like, in my head, again, it's very binary. The moment to stop Charlotta in her demon flip is when she's in the flip, right? I'm like, I know you can anti-air Charlotta when she's demon flipping, right? So if Charlotta demon flips and I react and I anti-air her, I get my 2H combo, it's amazing, right? Right here, at this point, my mind would go, I missed my window, right? My window TM. The counterplay to this move is to 2H it. I didn't anti-air it in any way, and therefore, I have to hold the consequences of my failure now, right? I have to hold the consequence. I didn't do the counterplay to the move, therefore I have to lose. But, like, it's not necessarily true, right? This situation, right? Like it's not like you're held down. It's these kind of situations a lot where it's not like you're held down or you're like you're not in a block string or something like that. It just feels like, oh, I missed my chance. Nah, man, there are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see. There are chances to be taken everywhere for those with the balls to take them. And like swinging out the button here to interrupt this is a great idea, right? Yes, if you're too late, you'll die. I mean, by that argument, you shouldn't fucking 2H it either. If you're too late, you'll die, right? You don't have to, again, it's not binary. It's not binary like that. Ah, you anti-air this. Oh, I didn't anti-air this. I guess I'm cooked. Nah, man, nah. This may be obvious to some of you, but like, and you know, consciously, it's obvious to me. But I think this is one of my huge subconscious weaknesses, is that I do think of things in this binary way, and it leads to me leaving a lot of opportunity on the table, if that makes sense. Expect the unexpected. I'm kind of not paying attention. Sorry, that's okay. Most of the time, I'm not paying attention either. This is a rare moment where we are actually trying to lock in and analyze
Very good
things
odds
here.
that this person is incredibly
It's your
smart
turn when you
and
prove it to be
practical.
your turn. Exactly. I shouldn't give you the goodwill. Also, 17 months, Ophidian. Goddamn. Mary Ogre, miss? When is that banner? That's like a couple weeks from now? When is my daughter coming home? How'd you get hit here? Again, when you get hit when you lose your turn, right? Ah, just load. Why'd they get load? Okay, so see, this is where I want to go that one step further on actually thinking about things. If this were any other day, I would go, ah, they got load. Now I'm like, why did they get load? Why was that because?
There we are.
Yes. Okay. This is the weakness of walkback, right? We were talking about walkback in the mid screen, especially, right? We're talking about walkback as a good way to beat throw. Obviously, the problem with walking back like that is you are vulnerable to just getting run up load, right? This is like this is one of these RPS games that, you know, Yago loses this RPS right here, but I'm not usually even playing this. I think about throw very much in this way of like, either I'm going to delay tech it or I'm not. There are other ways to beat things that are a little bit less defined, right? Walking back, backdashing, things like that. There's a little bit more weirdness in those interactions, and I think I just try to avoid it because it's less neat and nice, right? That you can backdash and get like an airborne hit, and what does an airborne hit look like? Do you get a combo off that? It might depend on the move. Can be converted into meter, whatever. Yeah, jumping, right? Jumping to beat throw. A lot of times, like, jumping to get out of the corner. Not always necessarily good ideas, but like, again, messier situations, right? And here, again, this is just, I think, what happened here. Or TK flip, yes. Yago just tried to walk back to avoid throw and got murdered for it, right? Use the backdash macro or double tap on the D-pad. I have never not used the dash macro forward or back, basically since they introduced them, right? The game has always had a forward dash macro. The fucking patch, they made it so you could backdash with the button. I turned it on and never looked
A little
back.
bit delayed.
I use the macro all day, every day. Also, hold up. I have a half-eaten, well, I say like 3/4 eaten beef patty right here. It's cold,
Auto combo.
but I'm hungry.
Suppose we are
So we munch.
sending a message.
Back to the lobby.
That's also nice, right? It's
I mean,
another reason
I mean,
why
that
having a
Yago
low hitting 2L, kind of nice, right?
Yago's vein is hilarious.
If you don't have, like, if you think about this, like, general, what is good to have in this game,
There
if
we
you, because throw, for most of the game, right? The entire offensive RPS relies entirely around, like, the universal strike throw, right? You might have like a command grab. You know, Beatrix is really good for this. Obviously, character like Ladiva, something like that. You might have some high-low mix. You might be able to do something tricky like that, or something like that, like a Wilness or Luane in some cases, or like Grim in some cases, stuff like that. But for most of the game, the entire fucking offensive RPS revolves around striking a guy or throwing a guy, right? But if you have tools that are very useful in that RPS, that is like universal across the whole game good, and a low hitting 2L is one of those because of the existence of walk back, right? As a good option against throw in the mid screen. And it's something that I don't think I really think about too often because I don't really walk back, right? But the fact that it beats walk back like this, I mean, literally this is full combo off of the low hitting 2L, full combo. And how well you can combo off of your 2L if it's non-counter hits, also very important, right? Also very important.
We could have just auto.
Here he goes 2L, far L. Well, I mean, he's close enough. He gets the wall bounce and then just wins the round off of 2Ling the walk back. If he didn't have a low hitting 2L, he might not be able to do that at all, right? Maybe the 2M could work, but it's slower. Maybe Yago would have readjusted at that point.
I need that Yago vein. Yago
Who
vein
knows,
is
right? Maybe would have gotten counter hits by something else.
This man does not care about points. He's here to have a fun time. Never mind, he wants to win.
Never mind. He wants to win. That's damn right. I do realize now that you mention that when I fought you and grabbed, you never made an attempt to DP my grab attempts. Yeah, I don't DP like almost ever in general. I think it's like, because in my head I'm like the risk, like so there are things where I'm like the risk reward for DP kind of bad, so I'll never do it. That's not right, man. That's not right. Okay. I fuck with the beef patty heavy. I'm not gonna lie to you. These aren't like good ones either, like the fucking frozen ones from Costco, but there's something about this pastry, that grease with that little spice, with that kind of beef. This is good.
Perfect position. Try to get the Charlotte. Try to close the gap against this berry.
How'd you get hit here? You just, yeah, whiffed on the spacing.
For
Ernie arc, yeah. Plan. Right now we're analyzing some sets and actually paying attention to the game for once. But the plan is to try and win a weekly over the next however long it takes. We should play a game of is this Charlotta or just Zerom? Yeah. We're gonna win TNS. Well, TNS doesn't do their weeklies for Grand Blue anymore, I think. But we got Curry Cup and Dreamland.
Get a great turnaround on this set.
That is the plan. Win one of those.
Zerom's like, nah, I can give you a game and I'm fine.
It'll take us a while, but you know.
Is that what we did? Oh,
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Brotherly love. It's the holidays, my friend.
Okay. Charlotta late DP doing Charlotta late DP things. Understandable.
Pressure here from Zerom.
Nice far L interrupt. I guess this move is a bit of a son of a bitch on defense, right? Like, is there anything Zerom could have done to beat this? No. Like, maybe, again, I've really been warming up to the idea that I've been way too mean. A TNS won't be cool. I don't think it's possible anymore, but DP, I guess, yeah. I've been away. Maybe I mean mean in the sense that I say she's bad, but like maybe you could even say nice because like if you're actually mean to a character, you could say they're broken and need to get nerfed possibly. But I may have been underestimating Fairy significantly. LDP, yeah. But it's like this situation is like her defense is probably a lot better than I give it credit for, right? Like Charlotta could LDP, this is true. But like if you don't have a move like that, don't you just like have to give it up here? Right? Like, is there any reasonable way to... If he far L'd again, I guess it would have clashed. But he's minus. No, I think it would have lost because it's 8 frames. Depending on how his... that 2M is, like, minus enough that I think you can have... Like, there's really... It's hard to hit a button here. If you just push yourself far out enough on your defense against... Or on your offense against Fairy, you should just, like... It's it, right? He tries to far M here, it loses. I don't know if you could have far L'd. Maybe? And, like, if you have to far L from that distance... Who doesn't have a move like that besides Vakala and Nier? What do you mean? Charlotta light DP? That's like, I mean, the only other person who has a move like that I can think of is like Sora's with his roundhouse kick, right? I'm thinking more about just like a move that is fast and crushes this and you don't die if it whiffs. Because the problem is far L-ing right here is like you're just committing to whiffing your far L because you have to respect hers, yeah? So this situation might be kind of ass. Bub's LDP, maybe? Doesn't it lose to that? He's minus. I don't think he's got no invuln on it, right? It's not fast enough, I don't think. But point being that, yeah, that Fairy 5L is kind of a son of a bitch, I suppose. Like, everyone can far L to beat that, I think. Or at the very least to clash with it, but it's more like, you know, you stick your far L from that range, just committing to it whiffing. Fairy sticks her far L from that range, and, like, it's gonna hit you.
Doesn't matter, we spin on it.
Let me test you, show me that situation again. It was Charlotta. Basically, the important bit is you block 2M, and then you're here, right? I guess you could do if you want to recreate it exactly, right? Basically, it was demon flip into the light, 2 hits of auto combo. Oh, 3 hits of auto combo into 2L, 2M, right? I guess a frame trap with a special could work. True. But yeah, it is like, you just have to give that 5L so much respect in your offense. And it's not that risky for her to throw out from that spacing, right?
Okay. We don't have GG, so we just kind of have to go for...
It's not that risky to throw out from that spacing.
Overhead.
It's got like a bit of a Matera far L vibe to it, but it's you know, it's not quite as good, but it is bigger. Like, it's not just gonna catch you for like walking back or something, but it is bigger than Matera Faro. So it might have like a very similar sort of vibe there. Oh, nice. Is he dead? Oh my god. Just reacted too slow. This is, he could punish this on reacting theoretically, but you gotta be real quick with it. Well, I say that. I mean, maybe the H1 recovers faster than they give it credit for. Hold up. Who do you think they'll hyper buff in the Ilsa patch? I'm guessing Seox? I hope not. I don't know. Maybe. You know what? Top 1 Vicala. Read him and weep. It's probably not going to happen. But maybe. It literally could. How long is the 40 frames total? Okay, now you can reaction punish this for certain, right? Yeah, you can definitely reaction punish this. He was just a little too slow. Because that ball is probably like 18 frames or something from this distance. So it's like a 22 frame check. He's a little too slow. That makes sense. Regardless. Really nice to get to, I mean, the combo off your DP in the mid screen like this is something for sure, right? Again, maybe I've been a little too downplay on this fairy lady. Maybe. Just maybe. Which is a little better than I'm giving her credit for. The Charlotte gets sucked into GG. GG did give Charlotte the suck, and everyone had to watch on in horror. Oh no! So I'm curious, why would he stand here? Because, like, again, it's possible Yago just made a mistake, but is there some element to the Demon Flip RPS that makes it better than I think it is? You know, is there a real reason to stand here? The only one that I can think of off the top of my head, right, is that her little dive, I assume, is more plus if you're crouching. So it's like a high risk thing you can do. I would assume. I'm not actually sure if that's true. Like this, right? Is that more plus if you're crouching than if you're not? Here it's +3. It is. Yeah, I mean, no, that being said, it's still plus. Yeah, it's +3 versus +4, right? It blocks the overhead. I feel like blocking the overhead is just not a real thing. Like, it's not worth doing, right? Zeram has only been doing the dive. Yeah, it's true, but is there a break point here? I feel like it being +3 versus +4, it's still like her turn, undeniably, right? Does it make a difference? Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't feel like it matters. Like, yes, sure, yes, you don't get hit by the overhead, but like he's not gonna die. He could take 9 of the overhead and be fine here, right? I want to say. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, Charlotte is a character that I do not have a very high opinion of. But, you know, as we're going through this learning process, maybe a lot of things that I hold to be true are going to be proven to be false or vice versa, right? But I still don't think I quite see it here. For Fairy, maybe it makes it harder to check something fake. I don't know. I don't think +3 to +4 should make a difference here. But, yeah, it might just be that he made a mistake. I can't tell. I can't see a good reason, even like a, oh, he RPS'd but he guessed wrong reason to block standing there. Besides just, he did something wrong, right? Like, objectively wrong that just kind of fumbled him. But perhaps there's something there that I'm missing. I'm thinking it's muscle memory when handling dive? Maybe. Oh, nice. Ow. Classic. Light DP is really good for those chip situations too, right? You gotta block both halves. You probably can't even punish it by spot dodging, and it's safe if you block it. Really annoying if you're on chip. What was that? What does that counter hit? Far L, 5L into 2U. Interesting. That's a nice little. I mean, it's not the world's best conversion or anything. I'm not saying you could have converted better. I'm more saying it's not the most damage that he got off of it, but it was kind of an awkward spacing on if you're not gonna get the auto combo off of 5L. Probably the best you could have done. Sure. So checked with Charlotta. Ow. Fairy does win here, yeah. It's a real bastard of position. Does light DP, how minus is her 2M? Does light DP even beat it? It might not. If she's -3 or more, then light DP will lose too, right? Disconnect. Yes, okay. It doesn't, yeah. That's what I'm saying, like that far L is, you have to give it so much respect on your defense. Or on your offense, rather. It's kind of a son of a bitch bastard button. I don't think I was giving it quite enough credit for that. Uh-oh. I mean, she does have that too, obviously. He's got high load. How did he get hit before this?
You need him at this life point.
SSBA, sure. What was this? Oh, okay. Just probably caught him. Does Charlotte not have a grounded backdash? Not sure if he caught him trying to backdash or jump there. I think because he was crouching, I can say he was jumping, right? I think.
Nice dash light.
If you catch someone backdashing, they're going to be standing, generally. The crouch there makes you think that that was Zerom doing Charlotta things and trying to go airborne. Surprise arrowroot cookie.
Low noble strategy. Try to challenge the light by the looks of things. Still got punished. Siaka tries to challenge that position once again. The medium looking for space. We're losing so much of it.
I love tea from this morning. Nice and cold.
More room to run away if we need to, but
It's definitely a jump. Yeah. That time actually catches out the GG. Nice. LMAO, Charlotta 5U. Ha 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 ha.
I'm okay with that. Run up 5.
That's a good point, actually. It's kind of hard for Fairy to punish this here, right? I don't know what the attack level on this is, but I feel like a lot of Fairy's moves would just swing into this and get counter hit, yeah? Like, he spends a lot of time staring at him here, but in, like, from the close range like this, I think he would extend his hurt box out and get hit by it, weirdly enough. And then by the time that he backdashes away to where he can maybe try and do something, it just, I don't know, right? By the time he's recovered. It's actually a little bit of a weird situation. How would you buff Charlotta 5U without making it dumb? I mean, there's a couple of different ways. I don't know if any of them, you know, the sum total of everything else she has would make her ridiculous, but I don't think so. Letting her cancel into it out of normals feels like it would be pretty interesting, right? You can make the armor start up slightly faster. I think it's like frame 7 or 8 right now. You can make it like frame... I mean, a lot of the 5Us are frame 3. You could do that. If you want to say it's unblockable, so you want to make it a little worse, then you can make it frame 5 or something.
Get a conversion off of it. Oh, but missed it.
Ow, ow. What was that? What got counter hit by? Is he just trying to stick out 2M and he got 2U? Oh, into far M. Yeah. Just tried to do button into button like this, is hella minus, and died for it. That's an interesting thing, right? I mean, you see Fairy... If you see Fairy not cancel one of her buttons on block, which honestly, you might not even have seen that. He might have just gone, you know what? I'm just going to fucking go for it. But especially because Yago didn't cancel this, I mean, there's nothing he can do to beat this, right? He just dies. He has to hold that shit.
Very unfortunate to drop the pullback.
And honestly, could she even... Like, I'm curious. In that situation, from that distance, like, if she even does, I don't know, 2M gespenst or something, does that even catch? I guess it was 2U. 2U gespenst? Like, if she does that, can I... Is that a frame trap? Hold up. Yes, okay. That is gonna... I can't really do anything there. Wait, in fact, why can't I... Why am I not getting counter hits here? Huh. Why am I not getting counter hits? That's very weird. I'd expect to be... I mean, I'm spending the meter. Like, I'm doing the U-ball. I'm just... Maybe this thing can't counter hit? I don't know. Yeah, that would have frame traps for sure. But, yeah, he did like normal into normal with no cancel, so I'm pretty sure he was just guaranteed dead there. I'm pretty sure even 2U into far L would lose there, right? I mean, 2U is -8? Yeah. There's no way. Like, if he did 2U far L, I think that still loses to the ball, right? Yes, by like a lot. Or like a Galleon far H into 5U thing? Yeah, I mean, so what he could do there is if Zerom... If we go back here. If Zerom was, like, preemptively... Like, if Zerom preemptively was, like, expecting Gespenst or something like that and rolled preemptively and Yago did nothing, then he dies, right? Generally, you want to try... all the Gespensts are, like, even the light one, the fast one. Well, I guess 15, 16. From that range, it might actually not... Yeah, right? As you get further... What I was thinking of is, as you get further away, this thing is usually, like, quite a lot more seeable, right? But, like, from that range, honestly, it is kind of just a guess, huh? Like, it's gonna be hard for you to see, I mean, this is so from this range, like a 15-frame, 16-frame reaction check. It is literally possible, but it's pretty tough. So I guess, yeah, maybe that was the reason why. The reason is just, like, if Zerom tries to preemptive roll or spot dodge or something, you can kill him with far M. But he just gets wrong. Unfortunate. Honestly, this is another thing I kind of didn't give Fairy credit for. I did not realize that this shit was this fast up close. Right? This is, I mean, that's not consistently reactable for sure. That is not, I mean, you could argue, I mean, it's not like literally unreactable, but that is not consistently reactable. Even though roll will beat it on frame 1, that means you have to react in 15 frames to beat it. Yeah, it's not a super high mental stack situation, because the options are basically he does it or he doesn't, but... Again, what is he doing? What is he doing here? He backdashes, sure. He has the chance to crouch, though. Maybe he just doesn't think about it. I don't know. Maybe just it might just be not playing super well into Charlotta Ball today. I can't think of another reason to stand up into it besides making a mistake. Or you're so low health that you just guessed they would do the overhead and died for it. There you go. Now I say that, how fast is Charlotta overhead? Now that I'm thinking about it, how fast? Like if she is here, 16. Okay. So again, yeah, you're not just going to see that and stand up. You theoretically could, but again, 15 frame reactions. Especially, I mean, with the ball, there's a lot more RPS or a lot more mental stack going on. There's a lot more things that could be happening there. 15 frames, you're probably not going to do that. Which is good. I mean, could you imagine? Yeah, let's make the overhead reactable. Yeah, great idea. Okay. What happened here? Oh. Spot dodge to BC bait, possibly? Oh, nice. Caught one.
Holy ladder out. We love to see it.
Oh, 6XM. Not like this. Or a 6. Oh, 6. Oh, it was 6. Oh, right, because Fairy 6XM is an overhead, right? That was a 6XL. He just got it jumped. Yeah. Jumping in neutral like that to catch it out. Again, the universal fighting game signal for I don't trust you. I think you're going to do something crazy. Vasaraga versus Siegfried. Excuse me? Takane Louis. This is an Asto, is it?
We're loading back in on the Siegfried. We feel like that's the pick here against Vasaraga.
Okay, sure. DP, huh? It's weird. Spot dodging the fireball. Sure. Oh, the air stall. Damocles. Down on his head. Getting your toes caught, trying to get away from Vasaraga. Oh, wait, does that have armor? I actually kind of like this idea. Does it only have armor in the beginning or at the end? Because this is an unblockable, right? So this will break Voss armor. I don't think Voss loses a lot of matchups anymore. Hold up. The armor ends before it hits? Ah, okay. Because I'm like, that actually, like, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's super clever. But then they died. Character might just be top 1. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Holy Aura Clash? It's 18 frames of armor, but yeah, it's only in the startup, huh? Gotcha. Because I was like, for a second, I was like, this is really interesting, right? But honestly, it was super well timed by BSG. I think there's a lot of situations here where you do that, you get armored, and you die. Not on startup? Wait, what are those 18 frames of armor? Is it not 9? It's 10 frames in, it gets 18 frames of armor. Like, that's still only once the blade is up. Oh, like, what do you mean once the blade is up? This is still the startup is 34 frames long, right? It's partially during the startup. The entire thing, the entire startup is 34 frames. Of those 34, 18 of them are armored, right? Watching BSG in this tournament was a huge help. Stance cancel off far H, giving you plus 17 if the opponent spot dodges. Is an easy counter hit far H. Interesting. Vostek. Not like this. Yeah, spot dodging that. You fireball. Nice. It's a lot of damage, man. Leave me alone. Auto combo overhead. Interesting. I don't think I've seen... It's like the second time I've ever seen Vasaraga do this, I think. For a second, I was like, what the fuck? Is he, like, check him PC? He's hacking? He added new moves to Vasaraga? No, it's just what Vasa auto combo overhead. You see this so uncommonly, I think, because Voss just has, like, the command grab super, right? Frame 9 super armor, have to check. Yeah, it's right here. Look. Boom. Frame 9, right there, in the frame meter. It's usually accurate, in my experience. Nice.
the last time you've seen Vasaraga auto combo overhead?
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't do it. Voss auto combo overhead is one of the rarest moves in the game. It's got to be. What the fuck? Spot dodge, spot dodge, spot dodge, spot dodge. Make it stop. Spot dodge. Oh my god. Oh, this is Asto. Okay. I saw the spot. I didn't check the names. I just checked the in-game names. I saw 5 spot dodges in a row, and I had to double check. I was like, this might be Asto. And it is, in fact, Asto. Out. I was correct.
I got there in the end.
Ooh. Yeah, Vasaraga does not have a Orkin OS. He doesn't have a 7-frame light to hit, but roll does beat a lot of the options, right? I think it beats, at this spacing, it'll beat Uva, and it'll beat the command grab, and it'll beat the parry. I think it'll only lose to the little upward swipe, because it recovers in time to kill you. But yeah, roll is kind of like the poor man's Orkin OS. You spotting more than Dalmatians? Who does spot the Dalmatians anyway? Wow, how'd you get hit here? What the hell? Okay, yeah. Just fucking got hit by charge far H. Hesitated. Or I didn't challenge it fast enough and then just died. Surprised you're alive, honestly. You're alive? I guess he had... That can't be right. Oh, because he went for the spot dodge. I see. I'm like, you could definitely just H tackle him into death there, but 6 hours of Grand Blue with friends. Yeehaw, yeehaw. That sounds like a great time. Out. That's 75 gems right there, baby. It's interesting the upward swipe isn't plus considering how counterable it is, but that might be me asking for too much. Yeah, I guess it's meant to just be like an Unk check, but it whiffs on crouchers as well. Out. Sure. Asto switching to Versuja, by the way, is not feeling the Siegfried, I guess. Owie. Oh, okay, yeah. Called the backdash with the pillar. The whole Rekka is an Unk check. Let's be real, boss man. I mean, again, if you don't have a proper OS for it, I mean, it's an interesting... It's RPS, basically. There's mental stack involved.
Arc system works big.
It is pulse on block. Talking about Voss stance? No. Talk about Siegfried Orkin. But yeah, I think Orkin is meant to like Orkin is a pressure as a combo tool, right? Any use that it has as a pressure tool is kind of secondary, in my eyes. Though they did make Orkin worse as a combo tool, making it not go off of his lights, right? Ah, yeah, -6 then? Yeah. Uva. Okay, spot dodgy. Yeah, you want to talk about an Unk check, right? This is a harder, I mean, there's so much mental stack involved, right? But yeah, it always feels rough when you let Voss whiff the light like that and then he keeps his turn. Like, he is minus there, but you're so scared. Came back, so I wasn't tracking. Yeah. Out. Sure. This is the kind of shit, that making Voss Soulforge engage lets him do now. I just don't like, man. I don't like that he can charge a close H like this and then go into stance and it's all still armored. I don't like it. I also not using ult orb on all the spot dodges. I mean, they're spot dodging the pillar on reaction is the problem, right? You could try to use ult orb to freak them out, but I mean, he's not preempted. Like you can see in all of these, he's like the spot dodges are happening. That's pretty late, right? He's seeing the pillar and spot dodging. Now, you could still 2-2-U to try and trip him up, but it's not really going to work like that. Or it's not, like, guaranteed to work like that or anything. He's, like, taking his time, probably explicitly to not get hit by the 2-2-Us. That's why he's doing it so late. Sure. Okay. You know, sometimes you just... Ooh, I'm surprised they didn't catch the spot dodge, but okay, sure. Slight timing mix-up. We'll do the same job, though. Asta wants to get in. Yeah, I guess so. Might be easier to do. Out. Or might be more effective, anyway. The new Voss gauge is kind of gross, even as a Voss main. Yep. I mean, I think it's hard to... It's hard to say that it's not pretty fucking strong, right? Like, even if you want to argue, oh, like, maybe the character has X or Y problem, like, Soulforge becoming... Like, Soulforge was one of the strongest 5Us in the whole video game, and they made it, like, 3 times as good, right? Yeah, they kind of nerfed it. They nerfed the gauge in the last patch, but shit is crazy. I guess the problem with the orb, actually... I don't think I agree, because the problem with the orb is at those closer ranges, he can just straight up roll through it and kill her, right? So, like, it's got its pros and cons. I don't think that orb just does the same job, but better there. I just don't know if they'll ever change it again. They might not. They might not.
We do have to cut it a little bit premature.
Voss is one of the most patched characters in the game's history, right? Maybe, honestly, it might be the most. Like buffs, nerfs, everything. Just, like, the amount of changes Voss has received, there's gotta be, he might be top 1. Because, like, most patches have Voss in them. Also, owie. Close, if not the most, yeah. How did he get hit here in the first place, actually? I didn't catch that. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, no, that's not combos. Oh, he preempted Brave counter. Okay, not really worth discussing, just a problem. Right, just not a good thing to do. Would that not be Beatrix? Hell no. Beatrix has appeared in, what, 2 patches? Vossaraga has been in, like, 7 or something like that. Voss was in the Vayne patch, the Versuja patch, the Vicky patch. No, the Vicky patch, I don't think he was, maybe. But he was like, in the Sandalphon patch as well. He was in the Gallium patch, and now he was in the Mig patch. And every time Voss shows up, it's not like, oh, it's one line and we go, right? In every single one of these, Voss has like 7 or 8 changes. Okay, sure. Beatrix is not even... I mean, yes, she has her own patch for her, but you can just basically think of that as her Versuja patch changes just sped up, right? Beatrix was in the Versuja patch and in the... I mean, Versuja, Sandy... What was the one where she got nerfed in? Gallium? My bad, meant Zeta?
Good clip on the Anitya there.
I also don't think so, no. Ow. You got me doing the dick gumshoe, though. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to remember. Okay, let's see. Let's lock back in. I've gone on a tangent. I promise not to.
Ash still getting real aggressive right now.
Okay. Tackles out of the corner. I mean, I guess even if you don't hit him, it's still nice. So just gain some space with it, right? Big damage, sure. Okay, a delayed UDP there. The classic, the Bay. That's something I got. You know what? That's something I gotta like. I gotta think about this interaction a little bit more because I feel like delayed UDP, which is kind of exactly what happens right here. This shit gets me all the fucking time, man. I don't know what to do about this. Like, I understand. Okay, like, it might be a stupid question, right? Because, like, obviously, the answer is like, oh, what do I do if someone is delayed UDPing? Have you tried waiting even more? Have you tried delaying even more, right? But I don't know if there's, like, let me get someone who actually has, like, a DP on the other side here so I can use them as the bot, right? But, like, I don't know if there's actually, you know, such a thing as, if there's some sort of option select or just way to deal with this that is more consistent than just assuming they're going to DP on a delay, right? And, yeah, let's do that. There you go, right? Like, if I do this and I try to, like, I guess if you're quick, like, if you do it fast, then they actually just aren't DPing, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's something that beats the shit out of me with regularity, which is why I want to think about it a little bit more. But I don't really know if there's, like, a good answer to it, right? If you're, like, assuming you're also trying to keep up pressure at a similar time, I think, as you might expect, it's kind of one of those things where it's a DP, right? Like, you do have to respect it a little bit, and you can't, like, if you're not going to save jab it or something. I think it is the kind of thing where, yeah, it's just people are usually running delayed offense, so delayed UDP is going to be good. Characters like Percy space themselves out and use fireballs to cover. I guess that is one thing, is you could just, you know, not be there, right? This is one thing where, yeah, just, like, not being close enough to get hit by the DP is something. I don't know, can't you jump DPs? I mean, right there it works, actually. But generally not really, right? If I do it early enough, then yes, they'll whiff. But, because what I want to talk about is, like, the sort of fundamental, the assumption that's here is I'm also running offense at the same time, right? So I'm trying to, like, run in and delay tech bait her or something like that. And, like, that's when she tosses the DP out. That kind of stuff. Is there a way for me to make it so that I can keep running my offense and not worry about her DP as much? And it's not going to be a 100% way unless you have a safe jump or a safe jab or something like that, right? But it's more of just, is there like something you can do to take this into account in your offense, right? Maybe you don't have to completely give up on your offense, but you could still hedge a little bit against some timings of a delayed UDP. I don't know. Like, I guess maybe the answer is just delaying your shit even more. But then at that point, at what point are you just giving up your turn, right? That's the same thing as down backing at that point. At a certain point, you're just down backing and expecting the DP, and then they just get to do whatever they want. I'm not sure. It's a question I don't have an answer for right now, right? But it's like this. What hits BSG right here? This shit hits me all of the time. When people do this consistently with like a, you know, not too big of a delay, not too small of a delay, like when they're good at it, it just beats the shit out of me. I don't know if there's an answer to this isn't giving up your turn. That's probably a good thing, right? That's probably a good thing. But when I say an answer, I don't want something that works 100% of the time. I want some way where I can sort of hedge against it a little bit, right? Without necessarily fully giving up my turn. But I can't conceptually think of one right now. And also it's kind of the end of the day. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be, even if there is one, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have the brain power to come up with it right now. But it's interesting because it is just such a problem. You know what I mean? It is just such, it feels like some people, you fight them and they just keep representing it. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because UDPs are a little different as well, right? Where, you know, if someone MDPs me, I don't necessarily care that much. A lot of times off a UDP, it's kind of like, all right, well, I'm getting safe jumped on, and sometimes I'm getting side swap safe jumped on, something like that. Like, it's a lot more meaningful to get hit by a UDP than a non-UDP. With your characters, isn't much you can do besides spacing, I suppose. I guess, yeah. Just not be there is an interesting idea. What are things that other characters... I'm not even thinking, like, universally. What are other things that other characters can do? Sure, yeah.
Out of the corner, though.
Cat 5Us? I guess. If it's a single hit DP, I guess that actually would work pretty well, right? I feel like a lot of... This Cat 5U, like, this Cat 5U build... Depending on the amount of hits, Voss armor, yeah. I guess like what Cat's own UDP is 3 hits right there. But maybe you can, like, if I'm Catalina, right? Catalina, and I, like, can I do any? I don't, right? Like, I can't really do much about this, even if I 5U it, right? Yeah, maybe I can dash out to safety. No, not really, right? Most UDPs are multiple hits. Yeah, I don't think it even works. I don't think it necessarily works. Depending on the UDP, horizontal, vertical range, the only things I can think of are backdash, walk back. Yeah, I guess just... Man, they're all things that force you to uncommit, right? Even if you stance you a lot land on the other side of us, indeed. Usually Grand Blue Zone? Yeah, it seems like just being outside of the range where a UDP will hit you unless you stick a button into it is a pretty good option. Again, this is probably how it's designed intentionally, right? It's probably designed intentionally so that there is no way to get around the UDP except for hard calling it out or safe jumping it or something like that, right? But which you can't just always safe jump. That is probably healthy for the game, that UDPs work that way. But it is just something that I want to, you know, we can assume that that's like a reasonable thing, and that's probably what's happening, but it doesn't mean it is, right? It doesn't mean that it is the case. So it's still worth exploring, but I don't know if that exists, right? It's basically wage, which is also a turn loss. Yeah. Which, again, probably should be. If I'm spending 50 meter on a reversal that doesn't refund, then if I get blocked, I die, etc. Then it's probably a good thing that you have to straight up hard call me out in some way or another to kill me for it. Also, what the fuck? We talked about reversals for a second. I missed this whole round. What happened here? Ah, okay, yep. Boss armor, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Again, the gauge, right? Armored tackle, engage into armored stance. He couldn't have done this before. Stance, armored tackle, armored stance. Like this, it's maybe not that subtle of a thing, but it might seem subtle. But the ability for Voss to just do 2 armor moves in a row like this is so fucking good, man. Right? Because a lot of the times, those armored moves are minus, or they sort of end Voss's turn, quote-unquote, slightly or something, right? But it's like, all right, well, no, they don't really, because, yes, he's -3, but he just dull, or -5 or whatever, right? Well, -3 is probably a little better for it. But you try to far L him, and he just armors and kills you, and then you die. How'd you get hit here? Okay, yeah. Just, I think, was scared of command grab there. Let's take off your current health. We both play big characters. You can take heavier risks that beat UDPs, but lose our turns. Yeah. Shout out Asta. You know what? Sure, let's watch this. Let's watch this this last set here. I assume I'm not gonna be able to. There's gonna be a lot of stuff Loane's doing that I can't even figure out anyway, so it'll go a little faster. Get 2U, nerd. More Sieg. It's true. Scavenger. Mr. Scavenger's E. It's not a bad mid screen. Bonk. Some Damaggio. Loane doesn't have human pyramid either, so you know it is what it is. Ow, ow, ow. Perish. The position you get put in post UDP is sometimes so rough, though. They are really high rewards when they hit, depending on the character, right? At the very least, like, the whole game will get either a safe jump or... Also, look at Loane jamming the camera. The whole game will get either a safe jump or a side swap off of their UDP. And some characters will get both, right? Which can certainly hurt. That shit can certainly hurt quite a lot. But I mean, like, I guess you do eat a full combo. Lost Scavenger to Sao. I wish I used Uva. Sure. Out. Yeah. Loane does have the, he can double overhead you with this 5U. I don't know if Sieg is actually tall enough. That second hit might have been a mid, but regardless, he was, you know, maybe scared of that, standing up for a little too long, so he just got 2L'd. Oh my god. What do you mean? That's horrible. That's unfortunate, man. Did he... How? Did he get pulled out of the corner? Oh, wait, no. Doesn't Loane 2H do this to you? Even if he hadn't DP'd here, right? Even if he hadn't DP'd here, Loane... The way Loane ends this combo pulls you out of the corner, yes? Like this. Sieg goes forward? No, I understand, but Sieg DP moves forward? Wouldn't it have done it anyway? I could have sworn I've seen Loane setups like this, where it pulls you out of the corner and then he can cross you up regardless. As we can see, actually, if we can still see that wall, then it doesn't do that. No, okay. It doesn't do that. It is just because he DP'd. Gotcha. I could have sworn I've seen a Loane setup where he ends a combo and it pulls you out of the corner and can do something like that, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's from that setup. Yeah, you can still see the wall. So no, I was wrong. That is just because Sieg DP moved forward. That was unfortunate. It's kind of like a Wilness 2H problem sometimes, too. Ow. Ow. Okay. This is round 3? The hell? You guys are killing each other. Sieg DP just kind of gets mogged like that. They use Awesome Sauce wall bounce. You can steal corner? Right. Yeah. That makes sense. That's nice. I wonder if we could have gotten a combo there. It's a reversal, I fear, Mr. Siegfried. Uh-oh. Yeah, Catabot rockets. Of course. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Loane does have the Orkin OS, right? He has his 2M is 7, I believe. So that's why, yeah, he's respecting it with the parry, and unfortunately, not the correct guess right there. He couldn't have far 8 charge H for Drongan, has basically no reward. Interesting. Ow. Ow. How did he get hit here? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, this is the parry. I knew that much. What was the one after, though? Ow, 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 ow. Sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, happens to everyone. It feels like it should never... Like, you just block low. But, like, I always get fucking low by that shit, too, man. Like, that, I will say, that does feel like that is a universal skill issue, I think. Like, Loane's got a lot of... I don't know why I never fucking block low. He only super or UDP off far M, UA misses, and Soda Uva misses, and so does Fireball. I mean, Fireball in that case is kind of holding him for a second, but... Huh. Little meaty 214M setup. My god, man. What do you mean the fucking bros beat his... You Fireball there, man. What do you mean? Okay, no, it's fine. It's actually It's all good. Also, hello, mate.
Phrasing, I love it.
Ow. Ow. Sure.
I got one too.
With a
Yeah.
left lead like that,
Ow. Ow. Okay.
stagger here from Incendia to go for the corner carry.
Yep. 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 Understandable. Have a nice day.
Pretty well set up even across the board.
Yeah, just running away.
Away.
Waiting on cooldowns. Nice.
Some meter
I was going to say nice you fireball. Right? Caught him placing the catabomb, but it didn't actually... Did Incendiate? Because if Incendiate hadn't run forward here, maybe I'm giving him too much evil genius credit, right?
backing away.
Because I'm like, if he hadn't run forward here, the Catabot would have gotten killed. And it wouldn't, and maybe not, it wouldn't have gotten all of its rockets off. Because he gets hit, Catabot hits him, and he actually gets in a better situation than he otherwise would have, right? You fireball's a 9-frame started before that ground hitbox. The ground hitbox happened, though. It beat high bro, but low bro killed him. Like, the ground hitbox happened and killed him. Like, the little, like, initial strike hitbox. There's too much of a gap, I guess, between them. So low bro just got his ass.
The run up, my God.
Holy shit, brother. You fireball, you fireball. My, and of course, it's a reversal I fear, but he's dead. Luckily, he's already dead. The menace, the evil has been defeated. I despise these bros. Yeah. Sure.
Sometimes it's playing the long game, Crystal. That's the whole point. You take a little bit of life away from yourself to set
Ow.
yourself up for success
Understandable.
in the future. And those are
Have a
life
nice...
lessons that you
I wish all Siegfried players a very guard button hold.
your health.
I just want it to go away when the lane gets hit. It'd be something. It'd be a good idea, maybe. Dude, that... Also, maybe that's just... I don't know. Maybe this shit should just never be a combo starter. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe that shit should never be a... Maybe you should never get to start a combo off of that. You know? Maybe you bros should never, ever, ever start a combo. Maybe that's just me. Ow, 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 ow.
Interrupt on the approach.
Okay, sure. Double BCF. Oh, yeah. That's the thing, right? Is the lane can run up like this, and then he can throw you, right, before the rockets get there. So you are kind of like, this is still, you are strike throw RPSing right here. And just guessed wrong. Tried to throw. Went for the Rocketto. And here we go. That's a dead. What do you do that? Oh, never mind. Hold on. Chance ball. There's no way, man. Why? Dude, Scav's built different. I mean, maybe in the scramble he was hoping, but like, I guess because the rockets are coming your way. Like, what do you got to do? Maybe he was hoping to armor them, but the rockets are so slow, they actually just kill him here. Oh, man. I don't even... You know what? He was on borrowed time. What can you say? What can you say, man? Mm-hmm.
Parry at the last second there. Doesn't want to give up corner.
Working into nothing, yeah. Just gotta go back to the drawing board of that special. It was like the best special or the second best special in the game or something like that, and then they made it just complete garbage ass poo poo dick from a butt. Brick and TNS for real? And probably more like Curry Cup and Dreamland, because TNS, they don't do a weekly for Grand Blue, I don't think, anymore. But, you know, we'll be doing it for sure. What the hell?
Chipping away? No.
Dick from a butt? Yeah, that doesn't happen to you guys? This is really, I don't think, only because of a setup, it was still terrible without the true unblockable setup. Sure, yeah, but I'd say having a true unblockable setup is kind of all it ever needed. You know what I mean? I see what you mean, like, the stats of the move were still not very good, even, but like, I would say, you know, yes, whatever, but it's got a true unblockable setup that, like, checkmates half the cast if they don't have enough meter, is, that's enough to make it really good, for sure. This is really interesting. I don't think this is a good idea, right? Fighting against Human Pyramid like this. But I guess if they're going to go for, like, you can force them to not go for the lows, I guess. Reset, I'm going to fight this super. I mean, she... Or, sorry, I think it was Asto again. He did more damage to Luane than Luane did to him, right? It is true. Look at this. Incendiant took more damage than Scav did. So, that is interesting. Honestly, it does slow the animations down to react to it, I guess. If you have the... if you have the HP to do for this, because you can't really, realistically, you can't get load out of this, right? It should be impossible to low you out or overhead you out of this. It forces them to go for the low damage follow-up? Yeah. If you have the HP to do this, because, like, you should never be getting load or overheaded off of this, which is where he can get, like, big damage. So it does just kind of, again, it forces, like you're saying, it forces Lowain to go for that, which, like, who cares, right? If I've got the HP to survive this, like, again, this whole interaction was literally HP positive for Scav. I might be stealing this shit. It's kind of amazing, no? Really fucking weird. But I guess it's... And if Lowain is low enough HP, you can kill him in Human Pyramid, can't you? Oh no, a super did an H normal's worth of damage? Right, and again, it's obviously assuming you have the HP to tank him. But look at this. Like, Incendiate, not only did he only do an H normal's worth of damage, he took more damage from the super than Scavenger did, right? It takes a BP, that's true. Look at this, like, this already is a damage that he does at the end. And he takes it, like, again. Bonk, bonk, like, yeah. He lost the BP, but, like... Incendiate took more damage than Scavenger did. Took a BP from him, to be fair. But, like, for spending 100 meter. Very interesting. Very interesting. That's actually... Yeah, I'm stealing that shit for sure. That's why we watch this kind of shit, man. That's why we watch this kind of shit. Scav really keeping the Sieg agenda afloat. Look at Big Balls go. The Dragon Knight who sold the world. That's kind of fit, doesn't it? What? This shit's -5, man. Robbed? He ain't using that new buffer. You know his ass ain't using the new buffer. He never would have missed it with that, man. This tech is mine now. I will still lose against Lowain. Yes. But you could feel like you had more of a hand in potentially winning or losing. RNG frame data? I guess so. Out, out. Huh? I've seen Raging Chain whiff before, but never like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like when there's a really high hit or something like that. This is he just pulled him out of the corner, so Raging Chain, like, yeah, with the awesome sauce wall bounce into 2H. It just made the Raging Chain whiff. What? That's a new one. That's a new one. I've never seen Raging Chain whiff with the opponent that close to you. I guess it's just because of the side swap. Like, Lowain was on the other side of Sieg, but his model hadn't turned around. So it just Raging Chained the wrong way. Sure, man. How about a SBA gauge boost small? I think Scav's a bit frustrated at this point. It is, the character will do it to you. The character will absolutely do it to you. Command grab. Oh. Ow. That's crazy. Was a what the fuck moment? Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Spot dodges. Big Mordor. I mean, you know, we said we were gonna watch one more set, and I didn't have quite the mental capacity. It's not a very long set. But you know what? I'll still take. That is huge tech, man. I feel like the beating on Lowain Human Pyramid is actually very interesting. It's not gonna help you where Human Pyramid is its strongest, which is when you're like on chip and you're basically guaranteed dead, or close to on chip and you're like guaranteed dead. But really interesting way to punish Lowain for doing it when you're higher on health. I like that a lot. So that's still a great learning opportunity. Or a great a thing to learn, I guess. Just a great piece of tech to steal. We're still gonna be very happy about seeing that. Shout out to Scav. And yeah, we got through what? 3 sets? 3 sets. Is how much we actually got through. Oh well, I guess. We'll do the rest of it next Sunday, probably. Incentivizes them more to really only super on chip scenarios instead of just throwing that shit out whenever. Yeah, and like when it's on chip scenarios, you're checkmated, right? Oh well. It is that there is basically, unless you start doing some really weird shit like super jumping over him and he doesn't react and stuff like that, right? Like you're dead. If you're low on health, like really low on health in Lowain Human Pyramids, you're 100% dead. There's really not. Like 99.99% dead. The Lowain player has to make a mistake for you to survive the situation, right? It's entirely in his hands. You no longer have agency. But in CAG spamming TP, even that can get caught, I'm pretty sure, right? If you're low enough on health, he can just like do the finisher and punish her for that, I think. But oh, you fireball into Human Pyramid? That's funny. Lots of yeah, Voss you fireball holding them in place for like a full second. That is actually, and do a lot of damage too, right? Interesting little thing. Anyway, Not bad. We'll pick this up next Sunday. But that was actually that was quite useful. That was quite useful. Next Sunday we'll pick this up, and then next Monday, Tuesday we'll be actually hopefully joining Curry Cup, Dreamland, things like that. And yeah, obviously tomorrow and Thursday we're gonna be doing some haunts, but such is the way of life. Excited to actually lock in a little bit more. I mean, it's not like we haven't been playing this game. We've been playing a shit ton of this game, but we haven't really been playing it too much recently. You're joining things now, yeah. As well as talking about before we started. Like that's why I was actually like watching the games a little bit more and actually trying to learn tech. Whereas normally when we watch tournaments, we just kind of yap about whatever, and there's a Grand Blue match happening in the background. I want to get better. I want to get better at the game. I want to actually play my mains. I want to play Ladiva. I want to play Wellness. I want to join tournaments. I want to fight people better than me, right? Instead of just like. I mean, it's not necessarily smurfing a lot of the time, like especially once you get past 500 gems. But like what we're doing right now with like learning characters, getting to 1,000 gems, stuff like that, it's very autopilot-y, right? I want to lock in. I want to lock in a little bit more, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Starting on yeah. I mean, next month. I mean, starting today. We already have started, analyzing some things, trying to learn some stuff. But practically joining a bracket probably will be, assuming. Ooh, it is gonna be the 30th. Maybe I don't know if Curry Cup's gonna be like New Year's Eve. I don't know if they're gonna be doing it, but if they are, then I'll be excited to join. And if they aren't, we'll join next week or the week after. But hope to see you there. I do a bunch of them too. Yeah, that's the plan, man. That's the plan. Plan is to the goal is to win one of them at least once, either win Dreamland or win Curry Cup. That's gonna take a while, but I think I can do it. Anyways, fellas, for now. I'm hungry as fuck. They're doing it next week, but most are off this week. That's good. That's good. I'm hungry as fuck, so I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm starting to do them as well. I haven't joined one in eons. Me too, man. Back when I joined them, they were still doing TNSs for Grand Blue. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you, tomorrow or Thursday for some haunts. Saturday if you're subbed. Sunday if you're not for some more Grand Blue. And yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Chrysler, all that good stuff. Hope you have a good time with your family. Go hug someone that matters to you and tell them you love them. That's about it. Peace. Don't you just love hugging people that you love? What a time to be alive.